Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Still just getting settled here. Have my drink. Sorry, gotta itch my nose. Have to be careful. Do you know how many times I've accidentally hit this nose piercing? Hey, David. Hey, Maury. So good to see you guys here. Maury, nice of you to show up on time. You know I'm messing with you, Maury. Maury is traveling solo over there. All right. We have only 27 people here right now. All right. Oh, maybe this is delayed. The chat's coming up, starting to come up now. All right, guys. Maury, shush. You know I can mess with you, Maury. All right. Yeah, I was wondering if you actually remembered. I haven't talked to you all day, I don't think. Maybe a couple of texts earlier today, but anyways. All right, let's get this started. So I think I asked, is there anything that you guys want me to talk about or discuss on here? Because a lot of times I just answer questions. Does that get boring after a while? I don't know, but I looked earlier this morning. I forgot to look today, later on this afternoon, but I didn't see anything that you guys had mentioned. So I guess we'll just do questions and see what happens. So if you have a question, go ahead and post it in the comment section. You guys know the drill, I think. Most of you do. If you could put something ahead of it, like star, question mark, something, so I can see it a little bit better, I'd appreciate it. All right, let's get the show on the road. And by the way, oh my gosh, sorry, this really does itch. It's nice and cool outside. Thankfully, I'm into some cooler weather, which is great because it's been hot for a while, down in Florida and Georgia, some of Georgia a little bit. So I'm loving the cooler weather, and I actually have long sleeves on. It's much better. Okay. David says, let's see, I was thinking when going full-time. Ooh, I don't think it covers my face almost. I might have to change that. Give me 1 second here. I think I'm going to change the way that looks. Bubble? Oh, there we go. How do we like that? That's a little better. That was too big. Okay, back to the comments. Let's see. I was thinking when going full-time, it's great to have a job you can take remote. My question, though, would you agree it's more advantageous long-term to do your own business remote? Great question. I mean, it really depends. I mean, if you already have a job that you can do remote, I mean, I love having my own business, but it took me a couple of years to get here. So if you're looking to go, and it really just depends on you, so a job, when I first started, I had a job in the beginning, and I knew I wanted to quit it at some point. So I just saved my money and started putting my business plan together, and actually started my business while I was working for that other company, and then quit when I had enough money saved and I had my business, like a nice foundation for my business. Businesses take a while to put together, so you can actually potentially get out on the road quicker by finding a job that's remote. Is anything guaranteed? No, neither of them are guaranteed, working for yourself or working for somebody else. So yeah, but I would say diversify yourself. You could even do a part-time job remote for working for someone else and start your own business if you can. Depends on your financial situation. Great question. All right, hello everyone coming in. So glad to see you guys here. Looking for questions. Okay. Brianne, thank you so much. Hey, Amber, I love your channel. You're so inspiring. I appreciate it. Thank you. Michelle Daly says hi from Savannah, Georgia. Hello. I passed through your area. Love that place. I had a good time. Let's see. Got a lot of people on here in British Columbia, Canada, Pennsylvania. Deanna says, my question is about time zones, how you deal with it while traveling on the road. Oh, that's a good one. I've never had that question before. So I'm not sure exactly what it's related to, so I'll kind of give you an answer on both sides. So My computer, sorry, I'm just rereading your question to make sure I didn't miss anything. So my computer and all my electronic devices, I have them auto sync to time zones. Actually, I take that back. My computer is not auto synced. I actually manually do it when I cross into a different time zone. The reason why is because sometimes I get screwed up with meetings and things like that. So I want to actually change it myself. So I remember that I'm changing it and not forget that it just changed automatically, and it messes me up with the whole meeting situation. So I do that. And then right now I'm not traveling. I'm only traveling like really in one time zone for a while. So really I just have everything auto synced. And then as far as like, sometimes sleep patterns and stuff can affect you if you go from one time zone to the next. So I tend to adapt pretty easily. I tend to kind of rise when the sun comes up, but my schedule is so flexible that I can be that way. I don't know if that answers your question. But yeah, I mean, everything is just auto synced. Hopefully that answers. If I didn't answer it fully or what you were actually looking for, just leave me another question. Photo girl, are you still in Florida? I'm not. And by the way, we'll just get this out of the way. I'm not telling anybody where I'm located. I don't, just not. Safety. So, anyways, but I'm not in Florida. I'm headed north. Okay. Kelly says it itches as it heals. Yes, it itched a lot last week, and then today for some reason it started itching a lot too. I know like some people, I'm going to be answering this in a Q&A upcoming soon, but people had asked me, like, I guess they were interested. So surprisingly, many of you ladies out there that are my age or older have gotten nose piercings. So I think it's amazing, actually, because I got a lot of crap from some people on here about getting a nose ring, but a lot of you guys did not, so I appreciate it. And what was I going to say about it? Oh, and then they wanted to know, like, did it hurt? Because they want to get one too, so they wanted to know if it hurt. So I'll just let you know on here really quick. Yes, it hurt, but only for like a couple of minutes, and it wasn't like cringing, hurting, like you're gonna like pass out. They don't numb it, which surprised me, and I didn't know that until like almost right before you put the needle in. Maybe he could have been better at explaining, or I could have asked questions. I don't know. But anyways, I thought they were going to numb it, and they didn't. And it's really quick. So, and then there's a lot of information out there, guys, and misinformation about the recovery process. So the guy who pierced my nose said it would take 4 to 6 weeks to heal. No, maybe he was just being nice by saying that. I don't know. It's not really the truth, to be honest. So what I have found is it can take up to 6 months to heal. Generally 3 months is about it, but it can take up to 6. So I found some really good information about how to make it heal. And I actually soak my nose in a shot glass twice a day in sea salt water that I made up with 4 teaspoons of sea salt per 1 gallon of distilled water. And I just put the sea salt in there, shake it up, and I just keep the gallon back there and then fill up a shot glass twice a day and soak my nose for 4 to 7 minutes, but it's usually closer to 4. And it actually is healing really nicely. I haven't had any issues with it. No bumps, no, like, I'm bleeding, nothing. So in case you guys wanted to know. Thanks for that, Kelly. Sailor Girl says, how's Lily's recovery? Oh, she's doing well. No issues with her. Her gums are healing nicely. I'm actually going to start brushing her teeth some more. I wasn't really good at it before. Like, I would do it sporadically. But I definitely need to do it more. We're going to have to keep on a schedule and clean those teeth like at least once a day, if not twice a day, so she doesn't get all that tartar again, because I don't want her to have to go under anymore unless she really does have to have more teeth pulled. And then they gave me some enzymes to put in her water that helps with tartar control too. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Kathy. So Kathy, hi from close by. Kathy's a stalker. She's not really a stalker. I'm sure she's laughing over there if I could hear her. So when I was in Savannah, this is going to be in a video. When I was in Savannah, you guys get a glimpse into it beforehand. But when I was in Savannah, I was walking around downtown, doing my thing, filming, and I hear this, Amber! It was Kathy. She was in one of those open air tour like buses. And she was there with her dog Sugar, and she was saying hi, that she knew me from YouTube. And so I waved hi to her, and I didn't actually get her on camera. I just had turned it off. But then when I came over to my night spot last night, she was here, but I didn't know it was her. She was already here, so she really wasn't stalking me, but she was already here. And then I had a note on my door my window this morning. It was from her. And she started it out with, "I'm not a stalker," which is what all stalkers say in the beginning, right? I'm just having fun with you, Kathy. Anyway, so we had a good time. She has this incredible rig. It's called Born Free. I've never heard of this thing before, but it's a B+ complete fiberglass body. And she was so nice to let me hop inside and do a rig tour with her and ask her some questions. So thanks, Kathy. I appreciate it. You guys will see that in, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. But it's beautiful. Really beautiful. Carrie says, do you plan on going through New York City? I don't know. I wanted to, but I will tell you, like, I'm a little nervous about it. I don't like big cities, and I'm concerned about my rig being there, like theft and break-ins and stuff. I know. It's the whole big city thing for me. I get this. I do this in every city. It's not just New York City. But that's even bigger. So I don't know. Are you in New York City? Have you been in a van before there? I think I'm just going to be overwhelmed. So I'd like to do it sometime because I know it would be a good experience, or it can be a good experience. Santos. Finally, I'm able to make a live chat. I'm so glad you're here. Oh gosh, this thing just moved all the way up. Okay. Terry, are you ever going to Wisconsin? I was in Wisconsin my first year in 2017, actually. Yep, I was. Great River Road. I did that whole scenic byway there. I don't know if I'll be there this year. Let's see. Let me look at my map. Because I know I'm headed, towards Michigan. So I don't know. I mean, it really depends. I mean, I'm thinking about coming back down this way, the western side of the East Coast states to catch all the west side of those states before I head back west instead of going the northern route west. So, but I don't know. Things can change, but currently not right now. Okay. Michelle, do you look for the biodocking? I'm assuming that's boondocking spots far in advance or play it by ear? Mostly play it by ear. I kind of know like the spots that I really like because I've done this long enough. And then of course I have apps and things that help out with that. But most of the time I don't really know too far in advance. I wing it a lot. I can do that too because I'm in a van. So worst case scenario is you can just urban camp, street camp somewhere, typically. Hello, Tara. So good to see you here. Michelle. Michelle. You already did them. I did that one. I guess you did it again over here. Okay. Lynn, what were total initial startup costs, including buying van RV? I'm wondering if 50K is enough. Gosh, I don't know total startup costs. So I'm at this van originally was $110 retail, but I purchased for $85 brand new. You can usually get 25 to 30% off of their asking price. It's just known in the RV industry. Never pay sticker. Never. But that's brand new. And then, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that went into it, just your belongings and things. To be honest, I couldn't put a cost on that right now. 50K, is that enough? Depends on what you want. You definitely can do 50K. Trailers, trucks, depends on, like, if you already have a vehicle right now that you can tow with, there's that option. Schoolie buses are pretty cheap to pick up and you can renovate those. Vans, I mean, if you're going to look at a van, it's probably going to be something that's used and not built out. You'll have to build it yourself. There might be some out there that people are trying to sell that are built out, but right now the market is pretty tough because so many people are trying to purchase right now. So people are getting premium for even selling a used one. We've seen some people who are selling used Hymers for like more than what I even paid for mine new. So yeah, I don't know. It's just the market. But yeah, for 50K, you can get something definitely for that. Absolutely. Just have to look around and figure out like what you want. I know Maxine and Rosebomb, you guys have both asked about Lily. I just answered that. I don't know if you heard it, and you probably did because this question is far up, but she's actually doing really good. Not any issues. Sorry, I don't mean that in a bad way that I've already answered the question. I just was thinking this question was so new right here that you probably heard it already. But she's doing well. She's sitting comfortably in her chair. No issues, healing well. Maureen, East Coast in the house. Love it. Let's see. How do you receive packages on the road? Let's see. I get them in a variety of ways. I used to have, if it was USPS, I would have it delivered general delivery. But ever since COVID happened, the USPS delivery system has been a little off and not great. So I tend to send everything from my mail center, UPS, like ground or something like that. And then I'll have it sent to like a UPS store or a private mail center. So if you go into Google and look up private mail center in your area or wherever you're going to, then you can have it sent there. I usually try to send it pretty far in advance because, well, not too far in advance, but enough so that I don't have to wait for the package. Like the package gets there before I do. So that's generally what I do. And then Amazon packages, lockers. If you're in an urban area, typically they have lockers or counter pickup that you can go to and get your packages. So yeah, thank you. And you said U.S. Air Force retired. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Always. Great question. Oh, they already answered that question. Okay. It's Mimi, y'all. Hello. You know I love your name. Billy Delude, hello. Still coming through North Carolina? Weather's been great so far. Yes, I am still coming to North Carolina. Eventually. The great thing about my travels right now is I can take it much slower than I did coming out to Key West because, I mean, that was crazy. And I was really tired after that drive. But yeah, I've got like 3 months to get through some of the East Coast before I have to be in one particular place. So that's good. Lily seemed to love Anthony and Sergeant Pepper. Did you mope about when you left them? No, they're moping about now. Anthony texted me today. He's like, I'm going to the farmer's market all by myself. And Sergeant Pepper misses Lily. And I guess Sergeant Pepper misbehaved a little bit at the farmer's market because Lily wasn't there by his side. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fun. I really enjoy Anthony and Sergeant Pepper. Lily likes him too. So it's super comfortable and he's such a great friend. Really appreciate his kindness. I've been telling you guys in the video I'd said, when I was in Yuma, Arizona, it's been a couple of years, a year and a half ago, I guess now, when I hurt my back and then I don't know if I think I tore like my IT band. I never like really got it checked out, but I knew something was wrong and that's what I figured it was. Anyway, so I had some recovery to do and I couldn't hardly do anything. I could barely walk and he came out there and helped me. So he like literally gave up all of his stuff for a month to come and stay at the same campground that I was at to help me, which was really nice. Yeah, it's a good friend. Mary says, hi, Amber, we're going to Boondock and Bryce Canyon. Is it doable at night without an AC? I don't know what the temperature is right now. Well, what time of year is it? It's April. Yeah, you should probably be fine. Bryce Canyon, when I was there, I didn't have to use an AC at all. And that was May, I think, that I went out there. So yeah, you should be fine. It could be snowing still. So check that. I don't know, but double check the snow. But it's beautiful there. Lovely, lovely campsites. Sandra, is there one state that you're looking forward to visiting more than others going up the East Coast? Mine would be Maine. Oh, let's see. Well, I've been to Maine and I love Maine, but I guess I'm really looking forward to like the ones that I haven't been to. Of course, I'm looking forward to Maine. All of them are amazing. But yeah, Maine, of course. It's special. By the way, I just found out if you guys are going to Maine, what is it? Acadia National Park at Cadillac Mountain, they're requiring reservations. So you have to look into that. Go on their website and check that out. I shouldn't say a lot. I know 3 other ones that are doing it. Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado is doing it. I think Mount Rainier is doing it in Washington. I'm not 100% on that one, but those 2 I'm definitely sure on. Great question, Sandra, and good to see you here. Have you had any other dreams about me yet? Sorry, you guys don't know the context of that. She had a dream about me, and apparently I wasn't so nice to her in my dream, or her dream. Ellen. Hello, Ellen. Are you still planning to replace that filling with a crown? I might have an idea. I am eventually. I'm probably going to go to Mexico as long as this filling holds out. If not, I'll have to figure something else out. Somebody told me about another place called, is it Monarch Dental? Something like that, where they can do like a crown in a day. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. I'm just hoping that this thing lasts until I can get to Mexico. Let's see. Tamara, hello. Hi from Australia. Thank you for being you. I love watching your videos while I hustle hard to make my dream of getting out on the road happen. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. Well, thank you first of all for loving my videos. I really appreciate it. And then when are you gonna head out? And you're in Australia too. Are you gonna stay in Australia? Or are you gonna send your rig somewhere else? That's gonna be fun. I'd love to go to Australia. That's a pretty cool place. I've never been, ever, not even flying. Kimberly says, have you looked into Starlink for your internet access? Yes. It's not available to us yet because we move around. They're starting, I think they've already started the beta testing of people having different home locations. And so I'm not sure what the progress is on that just yet. But the problem is, before, when they were doing beta testing sometime this last year, it was for people who they wouldn't move around at all. So I'm hoping supposedly by the end of this year, maybe there'll be something available to us. We'll see. I'm interested to find out how big the satellite dish is. Like, is it small? Is it going to have to be mounted permanently on the van? Is it portable? Like, I just don't know those things yet. So we'll see. I would love it if we could do it. It sounds like it's going to be amazing. Rachel Joy, you said you have your own business. What is it that you do? This, YouTube. All my YouTube content is my business. My blog is my business. I have a course called the Nomad Mentorship Bootcamp that I created that helps people transition from a stationary life into nomadic life and help them with that process. So that's my business. I used to, when I first started doing this, I had a job working at a private equity firm. I was the director of their accounting department, which I know is very different than what I'm doing now. I don't know how I got into accounting, by the way, guys. I took a class, I think I was a junior in high school. And then my senior year, I had taken enough classes that I basically could graduate early, but I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to graduate with my class. And so they had a co-op program where you worked for half the day and then went to school for half the day. And so I got a job at this bookkeeping firm, and I don't know, I just did well with it. And I kind of stuck with accounting almost my entire career. I got my degree in accounting, and yeah, I just did, I guess, climb the ladder with that. And even though I was like a super creative person, so I don't know how that happened, but except I just stuck with it. Anyway, so this is much more fun for me and not as stressful at all. I have a lot of fun with it. Roxanne, what was your main concern or worry when you went full time? Main concern and worry. So probably 2 things. One was I had never RV'd before, and so it was more about learning my rig and like dumping the tanks and things like that. And then the other one was I knew I did not want to stay at campgrounds, mostly for budgeting purposes at that point. And so I really had to figure out where to stay for free. On the West Coast, it's a lot easier than the East Coast because there's a lot of BLM and freeland national forest and stuff that you can stay on. It's pretty plentiful. And so, there was that challenge of figuring all of that out. That was pretty scary to me in the beginning because I just didn't know how to do it. And I had some people that I had kind of met through, I think, a couple of Facebook groups or something that helped me out with some apps and things to kind of figure out. I watched, people online on YouTube who boondocked all the time. And so I'd kind of like watch their videos and see what they were doing or how they were doing it and how they were finding it. Sometimes people would actually give away their location about where they were at. And so if it looked like a really great place, I would go check it out sometimes if I was headed that way. So those are probably my biggest concerns. Let's see. Sandra P says, what's your favorite state to visit out west? Ooh. What is my favorite state? They're all so good. They're good. They're all good for different reasons. That's a hard one to answer. I love California there's a lot of beauty in California, a lot. So it's got mountains and ocean and desert. So it's got a lot of great things. However, it's very expensive there and it's not incredibly dog friendly, to be honest. Some of the beaches and parks. And then you have the forest fires that happen, through the summer. So that's a little bit difficult sometimes. When I say expensive, by the way, campgrounds can be expensive and also gas. You're talking $1.25, $1.50, sometimes $2 more per gallon versus all these other states because of their high taxes. So that's good. Washington and Oregon, don't like it in the wintertime because it just rains. And then Arizona, of course, for wintertime. What else? New Mexico is beautiful. Mountains again. Desert. Yeah. Baja, Mexico. I know it's not United States, but I love that one. That is one of my favorites. Yeah, that one's nice. You feel like you're really on vacation when you go there. There's a lot of states. It's hard to pick. They're all good for different reasons. Sorry. Okay. Nani. Hello, Nani. How are you liking your new Nemo Stargazer chair? I ordered one. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. It's a great chair. I haven't had any issues with it so far. So far, so good. My favorite thing is, so I love, ever since I was a kid, we always had a chair that would like rock and that we would sit on the patio. And I loved sitting in that chair and rocking. So this you can't rock like a rocking chair, but you can definitely kind of swing back and forth. So I love it because of that. It just feels good. Lots of good memories from stuff like that. But good luck with yours. I heard they were out of stock recently. I don't know what that means, Kathy. Maybe you've hit return too quickly. Maxine, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hello, Amy. So good to see you here. Christine Shields says, when you come to North Carolina, will you be coming near the middle of the state, specifically near the foothills? There's a lot of beauty around here. I don't know just yet, actually. I haven't planned it out. I am looking at going inland a bit if I can. I don't want to just hug the coast the whole time. So if there's like some stuff that's inland a little bit, I'm definitely looking at it to see what's around there. And of course, see like the timing to drive there and everything. So there's a little bit of factors that kind of come along with it. But definitely, you'll have to let me know. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen your comments before about some places to go to. So I've mapped out some stuff for sure on my map about places to go to that you guys have recommended. So I'll have to take a look at it. But I mean, if that tells you anything, I don't really plan too far ahead. Things can change in a split second. I mean, there's weather, there's family, there's my toilet, there's all kinds of things that happen. So not that my toilet has done anything to make me go faster or slower or change pace, but yeah, there's always factors. Hello, Judy. Thank you so much. Judy gave me a super chat. Judy, where's your message? I can't find it. Did I miss it already? It's not showing up as a comment. Oh, there you are. So weird how it shows up. Do you, thank you so much for the super chat, Judy. Do you ever take a real vacation where you fly someplace and chill and not nomad involved? Have I? No, I haven't actually. I've only flown one time since I started my nomadic life, and it was for work, my very first year of traveling. But no, I mean, I wouldn't say I feel like I'm on vacation all the time, but I'm definitely in beautiful places all the time. When I go to Mexico, I feel like I'm on vacation, but I probably will at some point. You know, the biggest deciding factor for me, honestly, is Lily, because she's never flown. I've never taken her on a plane, and leaving her somewhere is just hard for me to do because she gets so like, what's the word? Sorry, I think I need to turn this light on maybe. Is that better lighting? Maybe? It might be too much. Let me know if it is. She gets really, really nervous when I leave. She doesn't eat. And so it just concerns me about her mostly. So I don't really go anywhere without her, I guess. And I've never tried leaving her with anybody. I get nervous about that too. I have done like doggy daycare, or when I was working a full-time job, I've left her somewhere before with a boarder, but she just gets so nervous. So I just don't do it. Thank you for that question, though. God, that makes my face look red. My face is not that red, guys. Seriously. Well, that looks redder. I don't know what's going on. I haven't even been in the sun. Something's happening there, but I'm not that red. Okay. Let me move on to another question. I gotta find my place up here again. Debbie says, my ears were done with ice cubes and a needle years ago. Yeah, that's what we used to do too, old school. In fact, I have, in my left ear, I've got 3 piercings, and in my right, I have 2, but I don't use the other holes anymore. But we did those, the second and third piercings, my sisters and I did when I was a kid. Well, teenager. They did them. We would just stick ice cube behind, like you were saying, and then punch hole through. I would not recommend that for the nose. Stop touching it. I know, I'm just touching the top of it. I haven't touched the and around it. So I know I'm very, very careful. Very careful. Ascento says, not ready to get a nose piercing, but next year I'll be the big 5-0, and I've pondered the idea of a tattoo. Shh, don't tell my mom. Is she on here? She's going to see it now. She is. Good for you. That's good. Tattoos. I mean, I have my small one. I'm eventually going to get a bigger one. Like, I don't know if I should tell you guys this, because I get flack from people, but you know what? I don't care. I'm thinking about doing an entire sleeve on my arm, my right arm. I have some ideas for it, but it's going to take a lot of, this is not that side. It's going to take a lot of ink, and I don't sit long enough for, in one place for an artist to do all of that. Or I may just get something right here on my forearm. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I have some ideas about it already. I'm excited to do it sometime. Deanna says, nose cavity has very thick cartilage. Yeah, it does. It's very different than this. Martha says, how much lithium battery do you have and how much solar do you have? So lithiums, I have 400 amp hours. Yeah, 400 amp hours and 250 watts of solar on the roof, which is not enough for me. The batteries are enough for me. It's the solar is not enough. I need probably closer to a double that at least, for sure. Probably double will be fine. I had 750 watts on my Class C, which was perfect for me. But I also had AGM batteries, and you can only discharge them up to 50%. So having probably 500 watts would be perfect, because my lithiums, you can fully, of course, charge them and fully discharge them without any issues. So, okay, we have 100. I'm showing 174 people. You guys could all hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. Certainly helps my videos to get seen a little bit more. Kathy, do you have plans for Lily if you would get sick and have to go to the hospital? Do I have plans? No, I guess I plan on not getting sick or going to the hospital. I mean, I have friends and family everywhere, so I mean, somebody would come through for me. I don't know how I would work that. Or find a doggy daycare for her, I guess, if something were to happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, Roxanne, what was your main warrior concern about going full time? Was that? I think that was your question earlier, was it not, or someone else's? I can't remember if that was yours or not. But if not, I'll say it again. Is the whole finding boondocking, because I wasn't going to stay at a campground, and I just forgot what my other one was. Oh, learning my rig, the RV. And going through like mountain passes. I had never gone through mountain passes in such a big rig that was so heavy. So I was a little bit concerned about that too. Mostly not me actually being able to do it. It was the rig and learning my rig and how it functioned going through like the Rocky Mountains, which I actually did really well. The first one I had was Class C. It was an E450. Ford E450, and that thing rocked, man. It was amazing. It had engine braking and everything, so I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. It was perfect. Greeting to Red says, I'm not a fan of the East. Are you planning to head west at some point? If so, when? Would love to see those scenic byways. Well, this is actually my first time, well, not my first time on the East Coast, but my first time through these areas of the East Coast. I've been on the West Coast mostly, so I have tons of videos on scenic byways on the West Coast, tons of them. So yeah, and then as far as going back, I don't know. I was thinking the end of this year, but it might not actually be till the beginning of next year. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to play that one by ear. I'd love to see like the fall foliage, and then I might come back down this way to see things that I hadn't seen, and I may go back to Key West, because there was a lot of stuff there that I didn't get to do. Not just Key West, the Keys. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't do there that I'd love to see. Martha, you're wearing the blouse I like. Can't find one like it. I'm sorry. I got it at a Walmart, but yeah, it's a nice flowy little shirt. I really like it. Sorry you can't find one. I know. I hate it when that happens. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Lydia? Yeah, Lydia. Hello from Denver. Love your videos. Thanks for sharing your adventures. You're so welcome. All right. Debbie Emerson. I think it would be more fun to be at someone's home and take a train in. Oh, are you talking about New York? Okay. I was like, what is that about? Yeah, I've thought of that too. My sister lives kind of the DC area, so I've thought about that, like going to her house and leaving my van there, and she can actually take care of Lily, or we can put Lily in the house and she can go with me into New York City. So there's that option too. I'm glad you suggested that. Mary says, love it when you cook in the van. Can we see more, please? So you've noticed I haven't been cooking lately. I know. So what happens when I'm in cities? So I eat out a little bit more, but I've been doing some intermittent fasting too. So if I eat out during the day, then I probably only eat out once. And then I have other things like I have meal replacement shakes in here, or yogurt, or boiled eggs, or like other things I can kind of snack on too. So yeah, I'll do some more. I've got some really good sushi grade tuna in here that I just love. It's in my freezer that I can cook up. So yeah, I'll do that some more. I will be soon. Dennis says, any thoughts about trading for something bigger, smaller, fancier? No, not right now. I mean, I've thought of it, of course. I always want more space, but it's a trade-off. It's a sacrifice, either which way you go. Smaller, bigger, fancier, more money, less nimbleness. There's all kinds of reasons. So right now, this is good for me. I don't know, maybe something next year. I mean, I want to renovate this van, but then now there's the consideration of, excuse me, guys. There's the consideration that I have 52,000 miles on this van right now, and do I want to continue? Sorry, that's kind of loud over there. Do I want to continue in this van and then just fix anything that breaks on it from a chassis standpoint? Or do I want to get a whole new van and then start over with custom? I'm not really sure what the answer to that is just yet. It would be cheaper to keep what I have and just renovate this. So I'm not sure yet. Is your plan to do all 50 states? It hasn't really been a plan. My plan mostly has been to finish all of the 300 scenic highways and byways out of the National Geographic book. So eventually doing that, we'll definitely hit all 50 states. Even before I actually started RVing, sorry, there's a big old Class A over here, which is what you're hearing potentially. He's maneuvering around all these cars. So sorry, I get distracted sometimes by that stuff. I forgot my train of thought. What's the question? 50 states. Okay. So before I started RVing, I actually had been to almost all 50 states. I had actually been to 43, I think, states. And then that's just because I did a lot of road trips. Hold on, I'm going to actually shut this window right now. Give me a sec, guys. Just until he gets settled over there because it's quite loud. He's like literally got his butt up against my van almost. So I've been to almost all of the states. I haven't been to Hawaii yet. Surprisingly, I was on the West Coast, and that's what a lot of people do is they go to Hawaii for vacation. So I'm so sorry. I'm like, what is this guy doing out here? I don't know. It's getting awfully close. I don't like it when people get that close to me, and it's his back end. All right, let's move on. Jackie says, New York City is great from there. Plenty of nice spots. Do Brooklyn. Going next week I can't even talk. Going next week to see family. Much to see and do. Lots of dog owners. Oh, that's very cool. Actually, I think I know a couple of people through some friends who are from Brooklyn, and they mentioned something very similar. So I'll have to take a look at that. But anyways, have fun on your trip. Clara says, what do you like to collect from each state? Do you have magnets or stickers or just post it on a map with pins? I used to do magnets when I had a refrigerator that actually had, you could put magnets on. But some of these RV refrigerators, oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. I'm so sorry. Some of these RV refrigerators do not have that. So you have to actually install like a metal sheet on top of it to do that. And stickers, I do stickers occasionally. Yeah, I put those up on the back, but mostly that's probably pretty much it. I don't collect too many things. Or hats. I do collect hats these days. Oh, I love it. Sandra. You have to film you soaking your nose in a shot glass. I'll get so much hate mail, man. I don't know. I just play around, guys, when I say that. I mean, I probably will receive hate mail. Someone literally told me that they wouldn't watch me because I wore a mask. I deleted that comment. I told all of you guys before, and not everybody sees all my videos that say that, but if people make a mask comment to me, I'm deleting the comment because I don't want it to be political. It's my choice to wear a mask. Who cares? And pierce my nose. I'm getting a little feisty now. Amy says, hi, Amber. Have you ever met any disabled van lifers? Just wondering. I would love to try van life, but not sure if I could with a 4-wheel walker and fully collapsible wheelchair that roof mounts. I do. There's actually someone in our Hymer community that he actually does he have a 4-way? No, he doesn't. He has arm I don't know what they're called. The arm word it, what is it called? It connects to the arm, and he walks with those. And then he does have a wheelchair, but it collapses down, and he puts it in his van. So, but he has space for it. Somehow he's made space for that. But yeah, I think I'm trying to think if he's the only person that I've met. I think so, but he does it very well. He lives in his full time. So, and he enjoys it. He gets around really well with it. So I think it's just a matter of probably figuring out the best rig for you that would accommodate that so that you could easily move around without having to shuffle things. That would be your biggest obstacles. You don't want to have to shuffle things around, and you want to be able to get through your RV relatively easily without having any issues. So that probably would be your main concern. So maybe even like a B plus might be better for that particular situation, especially if you have, I don't know about the roof mount wheelchair, the roof mounts. I'm assuming that it would have like some kind of hydraulic thing on it that would pull it up and down. But yeah, B plus might be better for that too. Let's see. David says, does your van have a generator on board if you need it? We don't have generators on these vans. We actually have a second alternator that's under the hood. So that charges my batteries if I'm driving. And then if, like, actually just before the call, because it's been cloudy here where I'm at, I'll turn the RV on, and that alternator will also charge my batteries while I'm not driving. And that's basically acts as the second generator, but it's not as loud as a regular generator. It just sounds like the car's on. That's it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of generators. I never have been, but they have a purpose. So, like, in fact, I was just talking with Kathy, the lady I was telling you about earlier that I did a rig tour on. She does not have any solar, she doesn't have any solar, but she has a generator. But her RV is able to, her RV, like when she drives, is able to charge the batteries. And so for her, because of she doesn't consume a lot of energy, that's worked out perfectly for her. She doesn't run her generator that much. So that works really well for her. And then, I don't know, like, if you're, I guess, the thing about me when I say I'm not a fan of generators, it's the loudness factor for me. I don't like that noise anyways, especially like if you're out in nature, you don't want to hear it. So that's why I say I'm not a fan of generators. So I like the second alternator option. And you can actually, if you're thinking about buying a van and it doesn't have that option, you can get, it's called a, Maury can post it, Traveling Solo. He did it on his RV. In fact, go to his channel, Traveling Solo, and it's a DC to DC charger that you can add. I know the brand Starlink, but I think his might be a different brand that you can attach under your hood, and that will charge your batteries while you're driving. Yeah. And Maury, correct me if I'm wrong. Can you do exactly what I do on the Hymer, and it will charge while you're just sitting still? I'm seeing if Maury's responded. He has not yet. Uh-oh. There's been some people acting up, I guess, down here. Oh, yeah. So Traveling Solo says my DC to DC charger is Renogy. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Moving right along. If I can find my place again. Wait, is the person that... Oh, okay. You guys blocked Miles. Good. I'm seeing some weird stuff here. Unfortunately, it still shows up for me. I don't know why. I've asked, I'm using StreamYard. I've asked them to fix that potentially, because it's annoying that moderators delete it, but then I have to, like, I still see the question or all the shenanigans going on. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my place again. So the next question is from Frank. How do you do your driver's license and registration when you're RVing? So I'm domiciled in Texas, and I just went there and changed everything over because before that I was a Washington State resident. And so I just got everything changed over and went to the driver's, just like you normally would, driver's license and registration. And then there's 3 states that are really advantageous for RVers. It's Texas, Florida, and South Dakota. And I picked Texas because I'm closer to it and I have family there. So if I needed to go there to do a driver's license or do anything with my registration, I can get there pretty quickly. And then every year, you have to renew your registration. Texas does have a thing where you have to get your van or your vehicle, any vehicle, not just RV, inspected every so often. And so what happens with them is you don't have to drive all the way back to get an inspection just to get your registration renewed. There's a question. In fact, I just did this when I renewed mine. It said, is your vehicle out of state right now? And you say yes. You just do this all online and you say yes. And then they tell you, okay, we'll go ahead and renew your registration. However, when you come back to Texas, you have 3 days once you enter Texas to get an inspection and then send them the inspection. So that's the only requirement. So it's very easy. It's not an issue whatsoever doing this and being able to handle all of that from afar. That's one of the reasons why I domiciled there. Miss Maria, she says, I want to get a Class B and I'm thinking about saving 20. Oh my gosh, sorry, I cannot see. Is that $25,000 as a down payment? The one that, sorry, my eyes are like really dry. The one that I want is typically $75,000. Do you think that's enough? Yeah. I mean, you can get something really nice for saving as a down payment. Yeah, you can get something really great for $75,000. I mean, it just depends on what you want and all of the stuff in it. If you're buying used, if you're buying new, but definitely for $75,000, you're going to be able to get something. And then the $25,000 down is really great. Just going to lower your payment every single month. So that's definitely good for sure. Deanna. I'm living in Asheville, North Carolina for 10 years and presently downsizing in preparation to copycat you just because I might be having a very similar experience on the road. Go ahead and copycat. It's okay. John Keller says a pet is a nice companion, but what is the cost and how many times has your pet prevented a side trip? Oh, she prevents side trips a lot. Not too bad. It depends on the weather. That's really what it boils down to, is the weather. So, when I was on the West Coast and, I'm in usually good climates, good weather climates, it's not ever an issue. I can go do things and leave her inside here. But, being on the East Coast where it's been more hot and humid than I'm used to, in some areas, it does make it more difficult. So I bypassed stuff. When I was in Key West, I didn't go to the Hemingway house because it was too hot. I couldn't leave her in the van by herself. I didn't have anybody to take care of her. And I couldn't leave. I had rented a golf cart, went around on the golf cart, but I couldn't. And I took her with me, but I couldn't leave her on the golf cart while I went into the Hemingway house. Could I have done like doggy daycare or done something like on rover.com? I could have. But again, as I was kind of saying earlier, I don't know. I don't like doing that. She gets so nervous. So, and you asked, what is the cost? The cost, I guess, of Lily. So ongoing cost with her, of course, is just her food. That's subjective to whatever you purchase, I suppose, what kind of dog food. I mean, she uses Fresh Pet and she's 10 pounds. So I probably spend, I don't know, $40 maybe a month on her food. And then I have a Banfield Pet, a wellness program for her with Banfield. It's a nationwide veterinary company. And I pay like $42 a month, I believe, for that. But they have different plans. And for her, that's because she's a senior dog. And so I get the largest plan that they have because it has x-rays and vaccines and a lot of preventative stuff for her, a lot of extra blood testing for her age, and then also teeth cleanings that comes with that. So yeah, that's kind of the cost for her. Other than that, I mean, I can't think of really any other cost unless like she gets sick. Like when she had her teeth pulled out, I think I paid close to $300, I think, extra for that. Yeah. Oh, we have a new member, Kimberly Kellogg. Thank you. I appreciate it. She joined the YouTube memberships. If you guys don't know about that, it's a secret group, guys. No, not really. It's a YouTube membership group for my channel, and it just allows you like extra things. Like I always post updates on there and pictures on a daily basis. If you're on I have 4 different tiers. If you're on the oh my gosh, supporter level or above, I do live streams just with the group. Like today, we actually, instead of doing a live stream, I actually did a Zoom call with only 4 people showed up. We have over 30-ish people supporter level and above. So if you guys don't have your notifications turned on, you need to turn those on so you can be notified of the posts that I post in the community page. That way you'll be notified when I actually do the live streams or the Zoom calls. So thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate it. I love connecting with you guys on there. It's a cool place too, like for me to like, I don't know, probably be a little bit more communicative. It's hard for me to answer a ton of the questions that I have, or it's not questions, but comments that I get on my regular channel, the only channel I have. You know what I mean? Outside of that. So they just get extra content. Let's just put it that way. That's the summary of it. They get extra content. And they get all these cool little like, I don't know why I cannot talk today. Emojis that they can use. There's even one of Lily in there. That's a great reason to join. You can get an emoji of Lily. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Let's see. What's the next one? Judy says, in New Hampshire, you should have reservations. Even non-boondocking campgrounds are sold out for almost all weekends. Call ahead. Yeah, I just won't. I'll probably end up staying at a Walmart. Thank you for the heads up on that, but I just can't plan that far ahead. I never do. It ends up changing, and I'll lose money, and I'll just end up, parking in a parking lot if I have to. But yeah, it's hard for me to do that. Let's see. Bob says, can you talk about how many hours you put in and or average a week? Could you include all the video shooting time? Oh my goodness. I mean, it's 40-hour a week job for sure. I mean, the shooting thing, let me see. Well, I'll just give you an example day. So like when I was in Savannah, I shot an intro in the morning. It takes me like maybe 5 minutes. Okay, let's call it 10 minutes because I also filmed like coffee making, breakfast, Lily getting up. Shooting in Savannah itself probably took me an hour and a half, but I'm having fun during the process. It just really depends on where I'm at and what I'm doing for the day. So all in all, an hour and a half, 2 hours shooting, and then but there's travel time with that, and then several hours for editing the video, and that's just for one video. So yeah, it's a pretty good chunk of time for me. I mean, I treat it like a job. So when I wake up in the morning, I work. I have a lot of flexibility though, of course. So I do a lot of videoing during the day, and then I edit at night and catch up on emails or comments. And yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, but I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Ellen says, I want to buy an induction burner. What features should I look for? Features. So, well, I mean, I only have the one burner for mine, so I think most of them are just one burners. I guess there's 2 burners potentially, but I've never used 2 burners. I've never understood the need to have, like, some RVs come with 3 burners on the stove, not just induction, but propane. I just have the one, and then I don't know how to answer that question, Ellen. They're all pretty simple, I guess. I'm trying to think. I I mean, I just would look at reviews to see how well they're made, I suppose. Sorry, I don't have a better answer for you on that. I just have the one. I've had it for years. I love it. They don't sell it anymore, though. I've tried. I've looked around because I had a link for you guys to it for the longest time, and they don't sell it anymore. But it's done. It's done really well. Oh, Trent and Allie. I know. I follow them from Utah. Have Starlink, and so far they love it. Yeah, but they have a home now. They're not traveling. So, and they're in the woods. That's perfect. I'll have to go watch that video. I don't think I've seen that one where they've talked about it. Oh my. Photo Girl says, I just returned from a week in Cambria, California, and I'm in Solvang right now. I love Cambria. Their state park there is really amazing. I actually drove one time. It was my first year of RVing. I drove like, I don't know, like 8 hours just so because had been in the desert for so long. I was like, I just need ocean and water. Get me to the ocean. And I went to Cambria. I love it there. Okay. John says, how long has it been since you lived this way? I'm sure you stated before, however, if you were to average your total cost monthly, what is it? I'm sure getting a lot of cost questions. I don't know the answers sometimes to this. How long has it been since you lived this way? I've been living this way since May of 2017. I was in a Class C RV for a year, and then I was in the van for 3 years now. As far as costs, so you guys who are asking me about cost, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean about it when I kind of giggled about it because I've never gotten this many cost questions on the live stream like this. And I don't mind answering them, but I do have a very detailed cost analysis. If you click, let's see, I don't think I have a link to it right now. If you look in the description box of my video, in any of my videos, there's a link that says free budgeting course. Go to that. That will tell you all of my costs. It's absolutely free. I did 4 modules for you guys that tells you like how you can figure out what your costs are going to be. It shows you my exact budget and does not show you the cost of my RV. So the RV was $85,000. It was retailed for $110,000, but $85,000 is what I purchased for it brand new. So, and the reason why I didn't put that cost inside of my budget on my budgeting tool is because every rig is going to be different. So you might pay for it outright in cash, so you'll have no cost for it. You might finance it, and then your credit and your down payment and all of those things are a factor into what your payment is going to be monthly. So I didn't put my cost in for that. It's irrelevant to you guys because it will be different for you. But yeah, click on that link and take the budgeting course. You get access to everything immediately. So that shows you all of the costs. So hopefully, and it's all in writing. So hopefully that helps you. Okay, great question, John. It's Mimi, y'all. She says, let's talk coffee. Do you have a French press small coffee pot? It's very important to me. I have none of those. I have a pour over is what I have. It's let's see if I can. You guys have seen pour overs. Oh, I can't reach it. It's too far over there. Yeah, I used to have a, what was it called? AeroPress, which was really nice, but it kind of, the suction actually kind of goes away after some time. I think I had it for like a couple of years. It was really, really great. But then I kind of found out about pour over coffee and I love it. It actually is a really easy cleanup. So I always look for something. The French press I used to use when I was at home, but the cleanup of a French press is horrible and you use a lot of water to clean up. So, you know, in van life, you can't do that. Your water is precious. So anything that you can get that uses the least amount of water and the least amount of cleanup and using your resources is the best. So the pour over is perfect because it has a filter. All the coffee goes in there and that gets dumped in the trash. So yeah, and the filter is biodegradable, so not an issue. So that's what I use. I like it. Every morning I make it. Marjorie says, how is your e-bike working for you? Not so great. So it's like, you know what it is? It's not a bad bike. It's just heavy. It's 67 pounds. Of course, I knew this when I purchased it, but it's gotten some rust on it since I started RVing over here on the East Coast and around the coastline, and all of the salt water, I think, has gotten to it. It's in the air. So, and it got rained on a couple times because I don't have a cover on it, but putting a cover on it, the cover that I have comes up from the top, or sorry, from the bottom to the top. It's very, very difficult to get that bike on the rack when it has the cover on it. I have a different cover that goes over the top, but it doesn't cover the bottom portion. So you still get dirt and stuff that flips up on it, gets all dirty, it gets rust. So no matter what I do, it's just a problem. And quite honestly, I am thinking about getting rid of it and just getting a regular bike, because and then I have to deal with whole making sure everything is charged. It's just a pain to me right now. It really is, guys. I'm sorry. It's just in the heaviness factor of it. So if I could get a bike that was less heavy and I could put that velo stock around it, that would be the best situation for me. Plus, I would probably get more exercise, because with the e-bike, because it's so heavy, depending on where I'm at, if like I'm going up hills, you're absolutely going to use the pedal assist and you'll get some exercise out of it. But it's just such a heavy bike that it's hard to not use pedal assist and actually get a full workout with it, unless you're just going uphill. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really like it, to be honest. I'm actually trying to sell it. So if anybody wants to buy my e-bike with a little bit of rust on it, I'll give you a good deal. You could get the rust off. I'm going to have to take it in to get the rust off. Let me know if you guys want it. Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. Hope you guys can still see me. It just went black for some reason. The screen did. Okay. I think we're still live. Yeah. Okay. Jay Ray says, oh, you didn't say anything, Jay. Jay Ray, thank you so much for the $25 super chat. I appreciate that. You can ask a question there too. If you guys do a super chat, I'll answer your question like right away, because I'll see your super chat. But I appreciate $25. That will help out with all my toilet figuring out my toilet situation. Okay, back up we go. Wow. I'm still seeing all these weird comments. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I lost any comments that I had above for some reason. It won't let me scroll all the way up, but I'm down to, I don't know where I'm at. Here we are, Katie. Bob Wells had a great interview with Van Dweller in a wheelchair. He was getting around pretty well. Oh yeah, he has, I don't remember who that was now. So if you see this comment right here from Katie, everything above that I've completely lost. I don't know why it's not showing up in my StreamYard. So I apologize. You'll have to ask your question again, potentially, if I don't get to it here soon. Okay. Bunch of trolls on here, it looks like. Sorry. Wow, there's a lot of wasted energy towards this person. Or this, I mean, I understand it. Sandra, the best thing about turning 50 is you just don't care what people think anymore. Yeah. I think I've gotten that way a while ago, but yeah, actually. Who was it? What was that show with Kathy Bates? Fried Green Tomatoes. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw that, but she had her car and she was like running her car into these younger girls' car because they took her space in a parking lot, and she's like, I'm older than you and have more insurance. But yeah, kind of same thing. It cracks me up. Chuck Spencer, did you get to a Waffle House? Oh, did you get a Waffle House hat? I did not. You're not supposed to know that, Jack. Janet says, do you ever worry about your van becoming over the weight recommendation? No, not usually, because I'm pretty good about managing the weight in here and making sure that, like, if I bring something in, I'm generally taking something out. So but I still every once in a while will go like to like a cat scale and weigh it. So yeah. Jerry, did you give me another $25? I think you did. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, you did. Oh, did you ask a question on that one? I'm afraid I'm going to lose all of these questions if I go up. You didn't. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Oh, why did this? It's so weird how, like, I scroll all the way to the bottom and then I lose questions. So sorry, guys. He says, be nice if you and Nomadic Fanatic would do a meetup. Yeah, I don't know. We've talked about if he's here on the East Coast and our schedules line up, we might do something. I'm not sure yet. Did someone ban this person too? Hold on. Block user. I don't know. I guess so, yeah, because I got an error message. Okay. Check another troll alert. Goodness, people. I'm so sorry. I'm having to like scroll to figure out where everything is because there's all these weird comments. Tina says, do you know if New York City has RV parking near sightseeing areas? I don't. I haven't looked that far in advance. People from New York City might know better who are in here. Maybe they could help with that question. Christine says, I heard somewhere that when we do a super chat or other forms of payment on YouTube to the creator only gets about half of that. Is that true? We get 70% actually. 70%. Yep. Well, you know, it kind of makes sense. I mean, a lot of people complain about it, but the thing is that they can't. The thing is like when you're on here and you have this platform, YouTube has built it and provided the infrastructure to make it very easy. And so I get it. It's, you know, they built it. So it's not a problem for me. It's the same way with our ad revenue. We get 70% of that too. So, yeah, I appreciate you asking. I know you're doing it out of concern for what we actually get, but I see it as a benefit. They should get paid for what they do too. Oh my goodness. I got another super chat. J Ray. Goodness, J Ray, what's going on here? You gave me $100, man. Or woman, sorry. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. But thank you. That's $150 now from you. That's a lot. I appreciate that. I don't see any questions from you though. Are you asking a question? Is it because it's not coming up? Golly, thank you so much. Really. Okay. I'm sliding back up. I hope I don't lose the comments. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Oh, I found it. Sunday Scammer says, okay, tell us the scariest moment on the road. Scariest moment. Well, my van fire that I had when I was in Alaska for sure was my scariest. It was very frightening. And I was actually scared to RV for the longest time after that, just because I wasn't sure about underneath my hood, like if I was going to ever have another van fire. To this day, I'm like, if I smell smoke or fire, I immediately like look outside. But yeah, that was pretty scary. That was my second alternator actually that caught fire because of there was this white wire that attaches to a ball mar that regulates the energy that goes into the batteries, and it caught fire. So the guy who works on my van, Gordon from Edge Van Works, he actually flew to Alaska to fix it for me, which I was so thankful. Brought all the parts with him, everything, and fixed it and got me back on the road. That was the scariest time, to be honest. Let's see. 3 Generation says, are you a Boondockers Welcome member? I'm not, actually. I've never really needed to do it. I know a lot of people who do it, though, and they enjoy it. Rose Mom, did you answer about your toilet situation? My toilet situation. So I don't think I did answered anything earlier on here, but I still don't have a toilet situation figured out permanently. Right now, I'm just doing the pee in a cup and bag it method, which I use. It's going to be coming out in a video, actually, what I'm doing. I actually show you the whole process. But that's what I'm doing right now until I figure it out. I've looked at different toilets, different types. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure yet just what I'm going to do, but what I'm doing right now works for me. So until then, I'll get it figured out. What I think is going to have to happen is if I do, well, any kind of new toilet situation, I'm going to have to take out what I have. So there's going to be some renovation that needs to take place. So yeah, I'll have to figure that out. Brenda, what do you do for health insurance? I have nationwide health insurance that I purchased through nomadinsurance.com. His name is Kyle Henson, if you guys are interested. He's very familiar with nomads on the road. He's a nomad himself. And I just make sure I get a nationwide policy so that I can be covered anywhere that I go. That was really important to me because I travel, obviously, everywhere. I don't want to have to be out of network, have an extreme expense somewhere that's out of state and have to book it back to Texas. That just doesn't seem like a good thing to do when you're out of state and potentially sick. Okay. Judy says not many Walmarts will allow overnighting, and there's one Cracker Barrel in New Hampshire, south of Manchester, and one in Maine and Portland. I have resources, Judy. I'm pretty good at this by now. I urban camp a lot and street camp, and yeah, I figure things out. I'm not worried about it, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I've actually been to New Hampshire. I know quite a few places to go to there. Just, I use, if you guys don't know, I use Campendium, and iOverlander is a good app. What else do I use? I have to look at my apps. Those are the 2 biggest ones that I use to find places. I also use Allstays is another app. That's a good one. I'm a member of Harvest Hosts. I use that. I'm probably forgetting something. Yeah. There's also, like, you can look, there's national forests still, of course, and on the East Coast. So you can look for places like that to stay as well. Okay. Sunday Scammer says, I would be super freaked if I got a knock in the middle of the night. Yeah, you get used to it. I haven't gotten that many knocks, guys. I've gotten, I think, 2 knocks, maybe. Yeah, one was a sheriff in Trinidad, California, and he said someone called it in that there was a white van, out here, and he's like, how many days have you been here? And I said 2. He's like, all right, you got 12 more days. He was super nice. And then where else was I at? I got a knock. Oh, I was in a marina parking lot in Washington, and I got a knock. Actually, I've had 3. So 2 times in Washington, I was at a marina. And we actually legitimately thought we could stay there, and they said no, we couldn't, so we had to move. But yeah, there was that. Yeah, I don't like them because you have to get up in the middle of the night, which isn't fun. Nobody likes that. Colleen says, Amber, thank you for being a traveling nomad. You are a sweet and caring person, and many of us wish we could travel like you. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much, Colleen. I appreciate it. That means a lot to me. Okay. Oh my gosh. J Ray, what are you doing? You sent another $100. You don't have to do that. Thank you so much. You're still not posting questions, though. I can't see them. What is going on? Am I missing something? Thank you very much. That's $250 now. Yeah, but really, you don't. I so appreciate it, but you don't have to do that. I'm very humbled. I really am. Thank you. I don't want to take away that you want to give a gift. I'm so bad about that sometimes. You know, I feel bad, or I'm like, I don't know what it is, but sometimes, like, when you tell people to not do it, you're taking away kind of their karma or their gift. So thank you. I appreciate it. Maureen just texted me. I don't see that, Maury. Maybe you're deleting it. I don't see any questions from him or her. Sorry. Oh, Tina says J Ray is asking for your contact information for money. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't give out my contact information. So sorry. But I appreciate it. You don't have to keep giving me money, though. Okay. I had to slide down to see all of that, guys. Yeah, I don't give that out. You know, it's just not something that I do. Okay, so let's go. Oh, Maury says, traveling solo. My electric assist commuter bike arrived today. Belt drive, 36 pounds. I know, that's amazing. You remember you told me about this. I'm going to have to look at that thing. I'm glad that you got it today. Karina says, how are you dealing with the COVID situation? How is your life changing in the last year? I'm just more cautious, and I don't go to places where there's a lot of people or activity. Like, I went through St. Augustine, and I wouldn't stop. There was just way too many people there. I went to one place, was the tree, and there was nobody there. Tells you how many people want to see the old senator tree. But yeah, you know, I have to wear masks more often. I don't eat inside of restaurants. If they have a patio seating, I will eat outdoors. If I go out to eat and they don't have patio seating or anything like that, I'll just order to go and then eat inside my van. So it's changed a little bit. You know, my first year, last year, I hung out in Colorado for 3 months and didn't go anywhere, didn't go out to eat. That was in the height of everything going on. So I didn't do anything like that. It wasn't really until probably the latter part of last year that I started kind of venturing out a little bit more. We had more information, you know, so I felt like I could better protect myself. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing, is traveling into areas where there's a lot of people. I'll shy away from it. In fact, I do openly talk about it in a video coming up where I was in Jekyll Island. Yeah. It's a little bit hard sometimes, but not bad. I still can go to some really beautiful places. It looks like you got Botox. No. No Botox. See, I can move my eyebrows. And I have laugh lines. No Botox. But thank you. I guess that means that my skin is nice and smooth. No, it seems really red for some reason on here, but it's not this red. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Dave Bridges says, hey, Amber, are you heading north this summer, New England or Midwest? Yes, all of the above. Maury, I saw that. Sorry, I already answered it. It is unusually active today. What's going on? Please refrain from mask comments, everybody, or you will be your comment will be deleted, and too many of them will get you banned from my channel. Sorry, guys, just the way it has to be. The reason why I say that to you guys is, look, I know I hate bringing it up because I've already said I don't want to talk about masks. But here's the thing. I don't want the mask comments because again, it's political. My channel is a very positive channel. I'm off of social media except for Instagram. Facebook to me was super negative, totally political, too much negativity for me. I'm not even on there anymore. So with that said, and there's a lot of people who feel that way, who are leaving social media like that. And so the reason why I make comments like that about how I'm going to delete those mask comments is because it doesn't provide a safe place for people to come to my community. And I want people to feel safe in my community and feel inspiration and motivation and be able to comment without having all these negative people around making stupid mask questions. Sorry, I'm just going to say it. It's stupid to me that people care so much about it. So anyways, that's the reason why I want my channel to be positive. It is positive. It's a place for inspiration, motivation, and a safe place for people to go to. So there you have it. That's why I say that about the masks. Or I'm not talking about it anymore. Let's see. Are you glad, John says, are you glad you made the decision to full-time RV? Do you ever wish you would have stayed in the sticks and bricks home? Yeah, I'm absolutely glad I made this decision. I have absolutely zero regrets about it. It has been the best thing in my life. And guys, I don't say that because like I teach about it. I teach about it because I love it so much and people ask me questions about it. And I want to be able to help people who want to do the same thing. So I'm not trying to sway people to do exactly what I do. If they want to do it, then that's amazing. I'm all there. I'm totally willing to help you, but I do it because I absolutely love it. And a lot of people will ask me like, you know, when do you plan on stopping, or when do you plan on settling down, or have you seen enough of the United States? And I will tell you, like, the more I travel and the more I see, the more that gets added to my list of things that I want to see on my map, all my pins and stuff, because there's just so much out here. There's so much out here to see. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know when I would ever stop, to be honest with you, because I just love it so much. And I have so many places to go to. So, and do I ever wish I stayed in the sticks and bricks? I don't. Sometimes, you know, especially back during last year, I think when COVID hit, I think I had thought, you know, it would have been really great to have still had my home as a home base to go back to during this time. But we survived it really well, all of us who didn't have a home base, and we all stuck together and really helped each other out. So what I love about this community of RVers is we just really help each other out, and we you know, we support each other. So it's pretty amazing, to be honest. And I still talk about like having a home base, but more like having some land to go to where I can build a tiny home on it. When I say tiny, for me, it's not your typical tiny home. It's like 700 square feet or below and 1 story. But then having land where I can have my fellow nomads come out and visit and stay and maybe have some hookups for them and stuff. So that's really what I like, because I just love this community. So I've thought about that potentially, but nothing concrete yet. Tina says, do you have a book recommendation? I don't know if there's one specific that you're looking for, but if you're looking for stuff related to I recommend the National Geographic book all the time. It's my favorite. National Geographic 300 Scenic Highways and Byways. I have a link down in my description box of every single video, but it's the one that I use to figure out a lot of times where I'm going to travel. And there's just so many great, and it also has like places to go see along, if you look in the book, along that route, it has places that you can go see. So I really like it for that. It helps me out a lot in finding places. So that would probably be my number one book recommendation. As far as like nomad life specifically, I don't really know one that I've ever read. I haven't read anything on being a nomad. Anything that I've learned from being here I go again, I can't talk. Anything that I've learned about being a nomad, I've learned from watching YouTube or reading blog posts, things like that. So that's about it. I mean, I have some stuff related, like empath stuff, but that's all in my Amazon store if you want to look at that. You, LOL. Yeah. That's okay. You can laugh. Robert says, it looks like they make carbon fiber bikes now too. Yeah, some of those can get really expensive. So I'm not looking to spend a ton of money again, because this was already like, I don't know, $1,500 for this one. But they're getting better and better about making them lighter weight and less expensive. So I don't know. Suzanne, Tawanda, yes, that's it. She's talking about fried green tomatoes. I love that. I completely forgot about that phrase, so you just mentioned it. Tawanda. Yeah. All of us girls going gray, getting older, 50 and older. By the way, guys, I'm gonna have, speaking of that, I haven't actually posted it as far as the video yet, or the announcement for the video. I turned 50 on May 17th, and so I'm gonna do a birthday live stream on there. Someone suggested, I'm so sorry, I can't remember who suggested it. I think on the last live stream that I should do a birthday live stream. So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do it probably about the same time that I do this, 6 o'clock, 6:30, something like that in the evening time. But yeah, I think it'd be fun turning 50. I was supposed to get together with my friend and my sister, but some things happened that we couldn't do it. And then I've just decided people have asked me, like, what are you going to do on your birthday? Where are you going to go? And originally what I was supposed to do was go to Baja, Mexico with all my friends and family and have a big, 50 birthday bash down there, because the Baja is one of my favorite places. It's easy for everybody to kind of get to, and can't do it this year. So maybe we'll do it next year. I'm going to have a late birthday celebration with something like that, maybe when things get under control with the pandemic. Until then, I'm going to be celebrating every day of this next year with whoever I meet on the road and with my friends. So that's what we're doing. That's the best way to do it. And then, of course, I'll do the live stream. So I'll post that at some point where we can all have I don't know, I think it'd be fun, birthday bash on here. Just a virtual one. Deb, that's cool. I didn't see it. In case you did not see this, a sticker with Lily standing next to the story chasing logo would be a great hat. That would be. Thanks for that. I still have not figured out the merchandise thing, guys. I need to. I know. You guys keep asking me about it. All I have is stickers right now. So, and you guys are doing well. In fact, I have orders here that I just put together today. I don't have it turned around clearly because I don't want you guys to see these people's addresses. But yeah, those are going to be going out probably tomorrow. Thanks for that, Deb. Janet says Fried Green Tomatoes was a great movie. It was. Deb says, have you traveled to Utah, Capitol Reef, Goblin, Escalante, Zion, Arches? If so, any favorite spots for boondocking? I've traveled to Moab, and I've traveled to Bryce Canyon. I do have some favorite spots, but Not ones that I like to release on here. Sorry, it's not personal. It's just that just look on Compendium. There's some good spots on there. That's where I find mine too. But yeah, Bryce Canyon has more boondocking spaces than Moab does. Moab has some good ones, but Moab is interesting. So usually with BLM land, you can just go out and park anywhere you want. There's a lot of dirt there that you can sink in Moab. And so some of the BLM there that you actually have to pay for a spot, but it's because they've made it kind of nice and pretty, and they have specific spots that you have to go into. But it's cheap. I want to say it's like $5 or $10 a night, maybe something like that. It's not too bad. And some of the other places are like that in Utah just because of the sand. So sorry, Deb. People ask me that a lot, but I just don't want it to be overrun. So part of the beauty of being in this lifestyle is finding your own spots too and exploring. Okay, everybody's saying Tawanda. Sunday's scammer. Wait, she's 50. I will be in a month. I know, I can't believe it myself either. Oh, goodness. All right, Miss Maria vlog says, for somebody who is starting, where do you recommend they start visiting first or traveling to first? Myself, I'm thinking about traveling all over my state and working my way up out of the state. That's probably a good plan, what you have. I mean, it's hard to say. I know, because I don't know where you're starting from. But like for me, I really wanted my biggest thing was Maine. I really wanted to go to Maine. And so my first year I left from Seattle, Washington, and traveled along all of the northern states to Maine. And I was nervous, guys, because again, it was my rig going through all the Rocky Mountains and states I'd never been before, trying to figure out boondocking. So yeah, it was a lot, but I had a good time. And then I don't know if you're gonna boondock. I mean, like I said before, I would completely recommend Compendium and iOverlander for places to park. If you're really nervous, you know, when I first started too, I stayed at Walmart's all the time, all the time. They're not like completely quiet all the time either, so you have to deal with the noise a little bit, but it dies down at night. But it's a safe place to go to most of the time. So Cracker Barrels, Walmart's are really good. So there's some other big ones that are on like I always forget the Allstays app. Like some of the bigger stores like Cabela's. What's the other one? The fishing place, Bass Pro Shop. Sometimes they'll let you stay there too. Not all of them do. So check on that. And that way you can feel safe as you kind of get a little bit more experience. So that's the way I did it anyways. Okay. Scott says, Amber, have you ever thought of buying an RV lot, someplace you can call home base, somewhere you can store extra things, RV lot with carriage house, and a place to spend the cold winters? Yeah, when I was talking about, I don't know if you heard earlier, but the potentially buying some land somewhere and then building a tiny house on it. I've thought of doing that. Not an actual RV lot. I know that like some people this year, actually, some escapers bought some RV lots in some places. We actually found a really good place that was out on the West Coast where you could do something like that. And I just haven't done it. I thought about it because it was actually pretty cheap for the whole year, but I don't know, just another thing. I was like, I don't really need it. Not right now. I might eventually, but no plans right now. Deb says, since they no longer make the Hymer van, do you know what is equivalent to what you have? So the Travados, Winnebago Travados, are fairly equivalent to what I have. They have some similar, what do you call it, styles, like, the bench seat that I have here. They're all different, but it's pretty similar. That's also on a Ram ProMaster chassis. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what else is out there that's similar. The Road Tracks are another one that are similar. That was actually owned by Hymer before, but it's owned by, I can't remember the name of the company now. Yeah, so those are similar. Okay, let's see. Why do people keep talking about my eyes and Botox or facelift? I haven't had anything done. Nothing. But thank you. I guess that makes it seem like I'm younger. I'm laughing. I see your comments about that person. Thank you. Katie says, are you still waiting for your toilet part shipment from England? It's lost. They don't know where it's at. I'm supposed to get a refund from the company. So yeah, I'm waiting for it to potentially just show up one day. They're going to find it and it's just going to show up, but no, nothing. Tina says, does the Hymer have 4x4? No, it doesn't. Not at all. It's a front wheel drive. Jonathan says, I wish I could go full time like you've done. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know I don't know your story and what's holding you back from going full time or maybe even part time, but sometimes you don't know that it can happen. Like, I didn't think it would happen for me actually when I first started thinking about it. But then the more I focused on it and started planning things just started lining up. It took me like 5 years though. When I first was like, oh, I really, really want to do this, it took 5 years for it to actually happen. So, yeah, but anything could happen. Just keep working towards it. Still looking for questions. Martha says you can stay in the LL Bean parking lot in Freeport, Maine. Really? I haven't been there yet. That's the like manufacturing plant, right? Is that correct? There's like a big, I think you can do like a tour and stuff. I'd love to do that one day. I'm just now getting to some of these comments. Oh my goodness. Mrs. T says, what's the longest you've ever boondocked? I mean, in one place, depends on where you're at. So each place can have different stipulations on the timing that you can stay out there. I have pushed it, don't tell anybody that. But when I was in Salida last year, because of the pandemic, there was so much open land. There was hardly anybody out there. So I knew a lot of escapers, and you can stay out there for a little longer than what's required. We talked to the ranger about it, and they were fine with it because they knew that we just needed to stay in one place for a while. So in that instance, I mean, I boondocked from Salida to Leadville to Breckenridge, and I was there for 3 months. So altogether between all three places. Yeah. So I mean, I love boondocking. I actually prefer it. It's the good stuff, and it's quiet and nature, and most of the time it's quiet. Yeah, I like it. Being out here on the East Coast has definitely been different. I'm in parking lots a lot more, and I have gone to a couple of campgrounds, but It's different. I get tired of it pretty quickly, to be honest. So yeah, and I just knew that that's what was going to come with territory about being out here, because I'm not willing to pay for a campground every single night. But that's the sacrifice of it. All right, moving on. Oh goodness, I think it went all the way down. Sorry, guys. I have 230 people in here now. Thank you guys for joining while I find my place again. Oh. Did I miss that one? Okay, oh, I found my place again. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry there's this lull. It's just that this is a weird night with weird comments, and StreamYard does not take the comments away that are being removed, or the people that are being removed, so I have to kind of filter. I think I lost service there for a second, guys. I apologize. Eddie Brown says, I currently work in a service industry. I want to join the nomad movement. What kind of work should I start quickly? I don't know. That's so hard for me to answer, Eddie. I mean, obviously, like something that you can do on the road, it would be you know, your own business or finding a remote job. There's a lot of places, especially now after COVID hit, there's a lot of employers that are willing to have their employees work remote. So I think it would be just probably starting there, trying to find something that matches your skill set. If you go on, what is it, Indeed, I think, is it Indeed? Maybe saying that wrong. Is it Indeed that you can go to? There's a lot of like places that you can go to find jobs. And then you just can type in specific jobs that are remote. There's usually filters for them and things that match your skill set. So I would probably start there for sure, and find the job hopefully before you actually start on the road, and you can get used to working remote, and then figure out your schedule, and then go nomadic. Okay, but good luck with that. That's always kind of the hard part when you first start. If you don't already have a remote job, it's trying to figure out the money aspect of it. So starting your own company is a good way to do it. But again, it takes time. But the easiest way to do it in the beginning, the fastest way, is to find a remote job. Other things you can do are work camping. So depends on like what your financial needs are. You can actually do work camping. There's Amazon that you can work at. There's camp places where you can be like camp host, or even at BLM land, you can be a camp host there. There's RV parks that you can go to be camp host of those, or not even camp host. You could do work there like maintenance or reservations, all kinds of things like that. Go to workcampers.com and you'll be able to find some information about that. All right. Samson says, hello from Ontario, Canada. Hello. Would you ever consider coming back to Canada? Absolutely. I love Canada. Yeah, love it. Just can't get there right now. I've been there several times, but yeah, I really love it. There's so much to explore there. I actually loved the Yukon Territory and British Columbia when I went through there to Alaska a couple of years ago. Can you believe it's been almost 2 summers since I was in Alaska? It just feels like yesterday. But Yukon Territory and British Columbia, to me, was far better than a lot of the places in interior Alaska. Now, the coastal Alaska is phenomenal, absolutely amazing, beautiful. But there's so much to explore in Canada. The only problem is the cell signal there. It's just awful. So, sorry, I hear ambulances going by. Cell signal is almost non-existent in some places, which, you know, it's in a rural area, backcountry, which it's beautiful. And it's good to unplug sometimes, but you know, you kind of get concerned especially when you're solo. I don't think I have it right here. It's called a Garmin inReach that does uses a satellite to text out in an emergency. So I have that with me. But hey, if Starlink, does better, then, that would work. I keep seeing these super chats from Jay. Jay, I really, really appreciate it, but you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's enough. Before it's too late says, what did you do for work before this? I was a director of accounting at a private equity firm. I managed the accounting department. But I actually did, so it was a job that was actually at the company, at the corporate office. And then it turned into a remote position for several years before I actually started RVing. And yeah, it was great. I had to do a lot of traveling back and forth to places for my company. And that was just by airplane. But then I was able to buy the RV and remote. And I had that job for a year before I quit and started doing the YouTube thing. Anne Marie says, how much is your e-bike? Oh, you mean to sell? So purchasing, when I originally purchased it, was $1,500, but to sell it, gosh, I have no idea. I haven't even looked at it, but make me an offer. Send me an email. My email is in the about section of my YouTube channel. Yeah. And you need to tell me where you're at too, so I can get it to you. Okay. War Eagle says, are you in a camper? Yes, I'm in a Hymer Aktiv van. It's on a Ram ProMaster 2500 chassis. It's about 20 feet long, technically 19 feet 7 inches, with my bike rack and everything on the back. Probably adds an extra 2 feet, 1.5 feet maybe. Michelle, I work from home 100%. Advice needed. Do I tell my employer when I'm working remotely from a camper? I didn't. I mean, unless like there's something at your company that says that you need to tell them where you live. I never did. I mean, if you moved from an apartment to a house in the same city you were in, would you tell them that, except for purposes of HR, where they need to send maybe some mail or something to you? But no, I didn't. I didn't tell them for a year, and I'll tell you why. I didn't tell them because I never wanted them to go, oh, like Amber missed that email or correspondence or didn't reply fast enough because she's out there RVing. And plus, I had employees, and I had employees, and give me 1 second, guys. I had employees and a lot of people that I communicated with in the company, and I never wanted it to be a factor of people, because there was a lot of people who did not work remote. And so I didn't want it to be one of those things where people were jealous or talking about it, things like that. So I was just kind of careful. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm just seeing something that's happened that should not have happened, that I think happened maybe by accident. So, finding joy, it's you. Don't fret. It's getting fixed, okay? I did it? Maury says I did it. I didn't. I don't think I did. If I did, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Joy. So it says on here that Finding Joy was blocked. Sorry, guys. We're dealing with these stupid trolls out here. But Finding Joy is not a troll. She's an amazing person. So Maury's fixing it. Maury, can you let me know when it's fixed, please? Sorry about that. That should not have happened. Okay. This is a weird night, guys. Weird night. These questions, I'm telling you. Maureen, I guess they missed the nightly routine video about skincare. I know, guys. Go back and look at that. Oh, mask comments, mask, M-A-S-K, like the ones that you wear over your mouth these days. That's what we were talking about. No Rona comments. This is why you rock, Amber. Thank you so much. Wow, this has been weird. I have to have a drink tonight. I'm just kidding. I don't drink. This is my drink. By the way, I'm going to show you guys this Celsius. Have you guys ever had this before? I don't know if you can see that. So this is it's raspberry acai green tea, non-carbonated. It says healthy energy accelerates metabolism. I'm having to pull it back because I have my contacts in and I can't see up close. Burns body fat, 0 sugar. And I think it's actually working. I got these here in Florida. It's the first time I'd ever seen them. I went to go buy like a meal replacement. Maury, did it get fixed? I went to go buy a meal replacement and I saw those. Okay. So yeah, they're really, really good on that note. Yeah, I like them. And no sugar too. Let me see what kind of sugar's in here because it is sweet. Flavored water, citric acid. I can't see it. I don't know. Stevia maybe? Yeah, stevia. Good stuff. Thank you, Maury. I appreciate it. Sorry, guys. I'm cross-communicating text with Maury. He's the one of the moderators. Okay. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Donate to Amber's Zelle and Venmo. I don't have, what's Zelle? I don't know what that is. I have, if you guys don't want to, if you guys do want to give, because I know somebody commented earlier about the 70% versus, or what I get 70% of your donations or amounts that you're giving. I have a tip jar on PayPal. So if you go, what's in the description box of my videos too. I think it's just storychasing.com/tip jar. And you can go there and do that if you want. And for all of you guys who think that I'm e-begging by saying that, I'm not e-begging. It's just people wanted, I used to have Patreon back when I first started my channel. Well, a little while after that when I started getting some actual subscribers. And I had a Patreon account. And then, I don't know, it just didn't resonate with me at first. It was different. And it was so much, to be honest with you, a lot of extra work for me. And so I just wanted to kind of simplify things. And then YouTube membership started. So I didn't have it for the longest time. And YouTube memberships hadn't started yet from YouTube. And so people wanted, they kept, would email me or ask me like, how can I give to you or help support you? And so I started the tip jar for that. So it wasn't for e-begging. I'm not an e-beggar. I can make my own money, through, like, I have my course, I have sticker sales, I do content, things like that. So I feel like I work a lot for, what I do get. And I'm so appreciative of everybody's support and wanting to support this channel. It blows me away still to this day. It really does. So I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Okay. Kara says, does it get lonely? And do you feel like you have to take extra precautions because you're a woman alone? There's been times where I think I felt lonely. Like if I'm staying out boondocking somewhere for, like there was a time where I stayed out boondocking. Where was I at? I think I was in Arizona one time for like almost a month and a half by myself. And I mean, I would go to like the grocery store and do things like that, but I didn't have a ton of communication with people. And then I was like, all right, it's time to go back to my tribe, which were my escaper friends, and go hang out with them. A lot of times it was because I worked. So like usually in October, November, December, I would work a lot to get caught up because we call January, February our social season. And within the escaper world, because so many people are congregating down in the Southwest. So we have a lot of events that are happening in that area in that time frame. So we have like our New Year's Eve bash, and we have the just get-togethers where we all individually get together with each other rather than sanctioned convergences through escapers. And then we have our annual bash, and anyways, all of these things. And so there's just so much fun that it's hard to work because you're having so much fun. And so I would get caught up on work is my point, or get ahead of work so that I could just have fun and not have to work a lot at that point. So I would stay out in these places and work my butt off. And then I'm like, okay, after a month and a half, like I need to see somebody and have some conversations, because then I felt like literally when I probably should have been doing live streams then, that probably would have helped. But it was funny because I would get together with my friends and we all talk about this. We're like, if we're by ourselves for too long and we get together, we feel like we're just throwing up all over them because we talk so much. It's like, oh my gosh, human contact. So it's great. Oh, and then you asked, do you take extra precautions because you're a woman alone? I mean, yeah, I mean, I do. Safety. There's stuff that I do. Won't really talk about it too much on here, what I do to take precautions, but mostly just use your gut, you know. When you're going to if you're finding a boondocking space, have two available. So if you don't feel right about the first one that you go to and it feels sketchy or unsafe to you, then you have a secondary place to go to. I do that. And it's rare that I ever have to do that, but I make sure that I have a secondary place at all times. Yeah, and then whatever source of safety measure you think is for you from a weapon standpoint, if you will, baseball bat, bear spray, mace, whatever you decide to choose. That's just not something that I feel comfortable talking about what I particularly use, because it gives way too much information away. But whatever you feel safe and whatever you feel comfortable with is what you should do. Janet, thank you. I'm glad I can provide that for you guys. I appreciate it. Until you get out there, at least it, gives you hopefully some information on places to go to. And I mean, I know I don't always disclose my exact location, but you see the areas that I'm going to, and hopefully that helps you to find places that are fun and exciting. Tina says, waiting for you to check out a Waffle House. This will be a funny video. Yep, I know. Waffle House. It's so funny. And I have, ever since I saw a lot of those Waffle Houses when I was coming up through Florida, I didn't see a ton on the east side of Florida, which was surprising to me. Maybe they just weren't on the coastline. You're so funny. How do you sleep at night? I mean, in Florida, do you leave the windows open, sleep with just a sheet, or on top of the covers? I left Florida for Colorado because of the dang humidity. Yeah, it's hot. Good for you, Colorado. I was dreaming about Colorado when I was in Florida because I love Colorado. Last year was my first year to really explore it, and I absolutely loved it. It's a beautiful place. So much diversity. If you're hot, you can climb in altitude and get cooler. So you don't tell me where you're at unless you want to say that, but tell me what your altitude is. Yeah, so windows open. It depends. I mean, there was so much humidity. There's not a lot you can do. Your sheets actually felt wet. It was disgusting. So hold on one second. I'm gonna close this window. Yeah, your sheets feel disgusting if there's a lot of humidity. So, but there's not a lot you can do. You have to sleep with the windows open to keep cool. And yeah, sometimes sleep with, I have fans. I have 2 USB fans back there. So I'd have, one USB fan at the foot of the bed, one on the side that would be on me and Lily. Lily even slept on top of the covers because it was so warm. And then, what else? Oh, I had the fantastic fan going, and I guess that's probably it. Yeah. Sometimes I had some sleepless nights, but it seemed to work. But good for you for hitting it to Colorado, man. I'd love to, but I'm committed to the East Coast right now. I'm actually having fun. What state would you pick for home base? As Catherine? I don't know. I have no idea. I've thought about Arizona for a while because I'm there so much in the Southwest during the winter time, but I don't know. Still up in the air. Deb says she started watching The Expanse. I love it. If you guys don't know about that, I talk about that. I love that show, The Expanse, on, I guess it's Amazon Prime. It's amazing. She says, I have the Nat Geo Highway Byway because of you, and I use it. You've been such an inspiration. Thank you so much, Deb. I appreciate it. You're always so good about your compliments, Deb. Yeah, that book is amazing. I see a lot of you guys have purchased that book. I'm hoping National Geographic figures out that it's me that's doing it. I've been trying to contact them if anybody knows anybody who works at National Geographic, let me know. I'm trying to hit up their media department because I want them to know kind of what I'm doing. I'm hoping to partner up with them with some stuff. So yeah, so I laugh about that. I'm like, maybe they see an uptick in their sales. Who's actually promoting that book? All right. Elizabeth says, I love armchair traveling with your channel. Looking forward to seeing you in the Northeast. Stay safe. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Words are hard. Yes, I stumble over them all the time. It's when I talk so much. I had a Zoom call earlier today too. And when I'm talking so much, I'm like, and then of course I need a drink to get my mouth, where it's not so dry. Let's see. Moby, what is that? Moby Cole? Have you stayed at Slab City and got drunk? No, I haven't been to Slab City yet. I hear it's amazing. I'm a little scared of it, to be honest. At least if I went by myself. But yeah, I'd like to go there sometime with some people. I don't get drunk. I used to, but not very often anymore. Alcohol doesn't like me very much as I've aged, turns out. So I'll drink every once in a while, like a beer. I won't have wine anymore because of the alcohol or the tannins in them give me really bad restless leg syndrome, no matter what time I drink it. I like it. I like the taste of it, but it doesn't like me. And beer, I love beer. Beer is really good. But yeah, I don't really drink it. Not that much anymore. Let's see. Oh, David, thank you. You had mentioned this to Tina. She had asked if I had a book recommendation. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. It's really, really good and fascinating. I'll leave it at that. You'll have to go look at it to see what it's all about. But let's just say it's along the lines of manifestation and law of attraction. Amazing book. Thanks for reminding me, David. Oh, Jeffy Bear. Maureen says no worries about can't get the words out. Chrome and Jeffy Bear are doing the same. If you guys haven't seen their channels, she's talking about Van City Van Life. And is Jeffy Bear's called Jeffy Bear? I think it is. So Jeffy Bear is a nomad that is friends with Chrome from Van City Van Life. And he has started his own channel now. Everybody loves him. He's great. So go check out their channels for sure. Yeah, we all do it. Oh my gosh. I know it's 8:40 guys here. So we're still on. I'm just going to keep answering questions. I think I'm not even down to the bottom yet. I know Maury's going to give me crap for staying on this long. I know he will. You know why? So we laugh about it because when you do really long live streams, people don't rewatch them. But there's something about And I totally get it. So that's why I typically try to keep it around an hour. But when we have, like, today's been an unusual night, and I feel like I haven't answered as many questions as I normally would or helped you guys out because of some of the weird stuff that's happened. So I'm still kind of going through them. So Maury, I'm sorry. If you don't want to be on here, you can jump off, but I'd appreciate it if you stayed on. I'll make it up to you. Maury's my moderator. Okay, let's see. RV bugging you? What? You have the same birthday? There's a lot of people who have my same birthday. Go Tauruses. Well, good. We'll have to all be on here together. I mean, I don't know if you want to be on a live stream for my birthday when it's your birthday, but, you know, if you want to jump on, you can. I feel like I'm gaping here, guys. Sorry. I need to fix myself. So, yeah, if you want to get on here, I'd love to have you. We could celebrate together. Oh, Deanna says she's going to be 56 on May 9th. Congratulations. 50s, 50s. So if 50's been good to you, Deanna, you know, everybody says like 40s were my best, 50s were my best. Like everybody has this thing about it being the best. So what do you think about your 50s? Fellow Taurus, Martha says, I'm turning 65 on the 19th. Woohoo! Another one. Deb says, welcome to the club. Patty says, you're just a baby. I just turned 69. You're so funny. Oh, I like that. I like being baby. Deb says, how do you get a sticker? Oh, you just you have to order one. Or if I do a van tour of yours, I'll give you one for free. Yeah, if you go to my website, well, it's in the description box of the video. Where you can get them. But I think if you go to my website and go to, it's at the top, it says merch, storychasing.com, and then click on merch. The only merch I have is the stickers right now. Yeah. So thank you if you want to get one. Okay. I turned 59 on March 20th. How did I get here? I know, right? I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, dang, 50 is a lot of years to be on this earth. And you know what? It actually, like, in all seriousness, it really puts things into perspective because there's so many people that don't make it to 50. In fact, like, okay, I have to say this quickly because I don't want to cry, but today is my cousin Jen's birthday that passed away at the beginning of this year. She was a year older than me. She died of brain cancer. She had terminal brain cancer. And so I think about that, you know, like, you know, I mean, of course I wish she was here and I miss her a lot. I can't talk about it. So, you know, yeah, I think about, you know, that we've all been able to live this long and we're so fortunate to have lived this many years on this earth, for real. I feel very lucky because there's a lot of people who don't. Judy, I have no place for a sticker, but a hat I have a place for. I love hats. My vote is story chasing hats. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I gotta figure this out. I know. I like hats too, and I don't even have a story chasing hat. You know why it's so hard for me, guys, is because I tried out the one that YouTube recommends, which is Teespring, I think is the name of it. And I tried them out and it was awful. It was awful. The quality was not good. The customer service was horrible. And I don't want to go with a company like that because it's important to me that you guys get good quality stuff and that I get good quality stuff because I'm going to be wearing it too. And so because of that, it's making me have to seek outside resources and do a lot of research, of which I have not completely done. So that's the holdup. I need to get it done. Okay. Janet says, do you find more trash in the national forest or on BLM land? Trying to think. I mean, probably the same, to be honest. Not anything. Yeah, I can't think of anything that's more significant than the other. I'm trying to think through. I mean, most people, I will say, are pretty good about picking up trash. So, like we always say, leave it We always say it and I can't even remember it. Leave it better than you found it, right? So, if I'm in an area staying, I mean, even at some of the parking lots that I've been at, I've picked up trash because there's trash everywhere and I don't want to ruin a good thing. So I pick it up and throw it away. So yeah, just leave it better than you found it. So that's kind of my motto. It's pretty rare that I find a ton of trash. Still looking through questions. Dale. Yes, I know. Thank you for that. Christine says I look like I'm 35 years old. It's that great skincare regimen. Yeah. I did. I always took good care of my skin. I tried. Tried. Deanna says there's nothing wrong with Walmart parking lot. Not a great view, but somewhat safe. Yeah, for sure. The only thing I don't like about Walmart parking lots is that it can be noisy sometimes. So that's it. If I have a better alternative, I'll do that. But otherwise, Walmart's perfectly fine. Maureen, Jeffy Bear posted today, PSA, pick up your chit. He's in Squamish, BC. For sure. I don't know why people do that. Yeah. Secret to my beautiful skin and looking younger is leaving corporate life. There probably is a lot of truth to that, to be honest. I was so stressed out. Absolutely. Janet says, what would you like your next rig to be? I don't know. I mean, if I had all the money in the world, I'd probably get a truck camper. It's kind of expensive to get into. It can be. What I want, anyways, is expensive to get into. So, yeah. I mean, I'm talking like 140 grand, roughly new. It's everything would be new. But yeah, I don't know. I want something with more space. The reason why I say the truck campers is because the one that I was looking at was a host. I did a video on it. One of my friends, Wendy, has a host and it has slides on it and it just opens up. It's like a small apartment inside. It's beautiful. I really liked it. So I don't know, maybe something like that if I had all the money in the world. Otherwise, probably renovate this one. John. Apologies for asking direct cost. Recall seeing you about loss of your family member and deciding to just do it. Your tearful eyes touched my heart. Oh, thank you so much. And don't worry about the cost. I didn't mean anything by that. Sorry. I really didn't. It's just that I was getting a lot of cost questions, which I never get. And I don't always know off the top of my head sometimes. So that's why I kind of directed people to the budget. So yeah, no worries, man. It's okay. Not a worry at all. And thank you. Yeah. I mean, she is the person that I was just speaking of. The video that I had put out, which was a tribute to her this last year, it was about my cousin Jen, the one that I was just talking about. So yeah, it was pretty sad for sure. I miss her a lot. We were very, very close at one point. SC Block says, what happened to truck camper idea? Cost. Yeah, too much. If I was starting out brand new, I would have gone with truck camper. Most likely. I didn't know about truck campers when I first started RVing. For some reason, it wasn't on my radar at all. I never even researched it. Maybe because I didn't know that truck campers were just so awesome. Some of them are. I didn't know at all. John G says, John J. Many people want to do what you were brave enough to do. Just do it. I like that phrase. So that's why we ask about cost. All want to know this something they can also do and travel. Yeah, absolutely. I know I addressed that earlier about your cost question. So yeah, no worries, man. It's okay. Absolutely understand. I was there too. I remember all that. Okay, let's see. Okay, why I'm just it all scrolled up again. Goodness. Sorry guys, I lost my place again. Finding joy, you're back. Yay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I saw it, was like, oh my god, Maury, what happened? Yeah, answer. You're not the troll. Ask your questions again. I'm so sorry. Dale says, any problems going into and staying in Mexico? No, not when I went, actually. Not when I went. Sorry, I'm still reading over here. I get so distracted by the stuff. When I went, no, I never had any problems, actually. I loved it. People, a lot of times, are scared to go. They hear stories about Mexico. I was in Baja, Mexico, which is very favorable to tourists. So they like us coming there. So they make it pretty advantageous and pretty simple. But nothing weird. I haven't been there since COVID. Actually, I was just coming back from Baja last year in February when COVID was kind of hitting everywhere. So yeah, we were actually in Mexico when we heard about it, but we just kind of thought it was one of those whole, like, swine flu things, whatever. It wasn't really till we got back that we started hearing that it was even worse than we had anticipated. And Finding Joy says, do you like traveling solo or do you like caravans? I like both. I think there's a time and a place for both. I generally travel on my own. I like that. But it's mostly because I, especially right now, I travel so much to different places that sometimes it's hard to be in caravans. And quite frankly, it's hard sometimes to find people. It's not hard. I shouldn't say that. You can find people that you really mesh with and travel well together. I will tell you what's hard for me in my situation. Give me 1 second. What's hard for me in my situation with traveling with people is that I film things and I don't, so like when I've been with my escaper friends, generally I'll park away from them. And the reason is because I have to film things. And so when I do that, I can't go to their site and go, hey, stop talking or stop being loud, which they're not really loud. It's just, my camera picks up the noise. And so I can't tell them, to stop doing that. They're camping out there, right? So I generally will park a little further away so that I don't have to do that. I can do my job, they can do their thing, and none of us have to worry about it. So if I'm traveling with people, then I have that kind of added layer of complication sometimes. So it really just depends on the person. If I'm traveling with people who also have a YouTube channel, that actually tends to work out a little bit sometimes because they understand the dynamic of having to sometimes just go off and do your own thing. So yeah, but I like both of them. There's a time and a place for both. Finding Joy Through a Night. Yeah. Oh, I haven't. Those things are massive, amazing. Earth roamers, yeah, but massive. No, I haven't. I don't think I could, like, I don't know, they would guzzle a lot of gas, I think, but they're very, very expensive. But I actually met a guy who had one. Where was I at? Breckenridge, Colorado. My sister got an Airbnb and I went to go see her. And the guy next door had an Earth roamer, and I wanted to do a video tour, but he was really concerned because of COVID and everything. And so, and his wife was very susceptible to catching stuff, and they had just kind of sanitized everything to go on a trip. So, but he let me like kind of poke my head in just to look for a second. They're beautiful, but Yeah. Yeah, not on my radar. Um, burns body fat. I mean, yeah, I'm serious. I think it's really working because I sometimes like I don't always eat fabulous. You guys see, like I here's the thing is I've been open about my weight and I've been open about things that I'm doing to try to lose weight. But clearly like I'm still overweight and I'm still trying to lose weight, but uh I do it a little bit slowly because I also like to live and eat some things that I maybe shouldn't be eating sometimes. But ever since I've been drinking these, I feel like it hasn't affected me. It doesn't give me the license to go eat everything I want. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's helping me. Yeah, good stuff, man. They're not cheap though. There's like for four of these. I mean, it's not horrible, but for four of these, it's like $8, so $2 a piece. So, but I'm like, drink, and you only drink one a day, if that. So, and they taste good. I don't know. It seems worth it to me. I've spent way more money on things before to lose weight. Okay. Comment to tell you. Lola, your face will blush with this. Am I blushing? Yeah, I get rosacea anyways. I feel like I've been redder tonight than I have been, but I don't know. Maybe it's just my screen. On that note, I'm taking another drink. Hmm. What is that? 50. I know. Surprising, huh? Deanna says, I love those Celsius drinks. They burn calories. Oh, good. Run. Are you saying run for me because I'm going to turn 50 or run and I'll lose weight? Which one is it? Finding Joy says, yes, I've done PayPal. Thank you. Yes, you have. This is true, Mr. Murray. I saw that comment. Maureen says Zelle is a money transfer app. Oh yeah, I probably have heard about it, but I don't have it. I have Venmo. Okay. The YouTube channel is a lot of work. Yeah. Yeah, it's a full-time job. I know these questions are getting answered because there was a whole e-begging thing or whatever, but yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into this. I give a lot of free content away, guys, a ton. And then just sitting here doing these questions, like it's been, what time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. This started at 6:30. So was that 2.5 hours I've been on? And I mean, that's, it's a lot of time to put in for this. And it's completely free. So, I mean, you can choose to give if you want. That's up to you, but I don't ask for it. So I do a lot of free content. I actually love like teaching and mentoring and if people choose to like go take my course or whatever, that's completely up to them. They get more. Like I'm not gonna lie, like you guys get your questions answered, but in the course you get so much more. There's way more to it than this, and you get very specific help, with your situation. So it is different, but I give a lot of free content away. All my YouTube videos. I mean, I get paid ad revenue for it, of course, but that's no, like, you guys are not having to pay for that. But it all works out. It's all good. I'm good with it. Let's see. Deanna says the YouTube algorithm mashed us up. Woohoo! You showed up as a recommendation. Van life. See you in class. Thanks, and thanks for helping Amber out. J Ray, I think you meant well. Thanks so much. Wait, did you sign up for my course? Was that recent? Because I haven't seen you on our live video calls. I'll have to look. Thank you so much for that. I'll definitely see it. We just had our live video call. So hopefully the next one you'll be on. It's Mimi Y'all says, have you ever been to RTR? I would love to attend one. Briefly, I have been. Yeah, it usually coincides with some escaper event, so I don't always go to them. I have gone, like, I've left the escapers event and gone to RTR for like a couple of days with some friends. But yeah, it's a pretty cool event. This last year, of course, because of COVID, they didn't have it. It was all virtual, so totally different feel and everything. But what Bob Wells does with that community, he is amazing. Like, yeah, he's done a really good thing, and I have mad respect for him. Mad respect. Aw, Sally, thanks for posting every day. I watch every morning to start my day on a cheery note. Oh, I'm so glad. I appreciate that. So, Sally, question for you. Do you watch all the way to the very end of the video and see kind of my positive message at the end? I'm thinking yes by what you're saying here, but I am just curious. I'm curious about how many people are actually staying and watching to the end to see the positive comment and the thing that I do to, like, kind of help people along, whether it be following their dreams or I mean, whatever they want. So I'm always curious about that. As in, do you want it? Do you not want it? Do you like it? Is it too much? I see a lot of people say they want to go to RTR. Absolutely. It's so much fun. Lots of good people out there. If you want to learn how to, they have a lot of people out there. Like, if you're building out your van or building out your RV, there's people who are also doing it, and you can do trades with them, so they can help you with your van or your rig. It's a really cool atmosphere. Lots of people help. Okay. That's a good question. Whatever way the wind blows, do you ever have long lost school friends discover your channel and are excited for you? I haven't. I mean, if they are, they haven't said anything to me. But I will say this is kind of cute. So hopefully this is okay to say. So I was talking to my sister the other day, and my niece Reese, and she has a friend named Ella that I guess watches my channel. And so Ella knows more about my life than my own family does from watching my channel. So I always laugh. They're like, oh yeah, Ella told me that. So Ella's my biggest fan out there in the younger crowd. She's a teenager. So Ella, if you're watching, thank you so much for informing my family about all of my activities. Okay. Oh, goodness. We got some urban noise going on out here. Joyce says, thank you so much for sharing your stories. You're welcome. We will be shopping for our van this summer. Can't wait. By the way, loved your NASA. We have a NASA lover. I know. I was so bummed that nobody wanted to see my video. It didn't get a whole lot of traction like I thought it would, but it was fun for me. And congratulations on your van. What are you going to get? Oh my goodness. I'm just laughing at some of these. Sorry, guys. It's just some of the funny ones here. The salty medic says I switched to day drinking. Nice one. Does that mean you don't get restless leg syndrome at night? Deanna says you can't drink and drive. Yeah, I will say, okay, I know you're being kind of silly about that maybe, but the funny thing about that is that I think about that with when I do drink, especially if I'm in an urban area and I'm parked somewhere, like most places I park at is completely legit, but what if there's an emergency and you need to drive quickly? I think about that drinking. And hold on a second, I gotta shut this window now so you guys don't hear the activities out here until those people get in their car and go. Oh, they're leaving. Actually, I'm gonna reopen that anyway. So what was I talking about? Sorry, I can lose my train of thought very easily right now. Drinking. So yeah, when I would always be concerned about drinking, and I think I know why my internet's going off and on. Hold on a second, guys. I think that I've lost my antenna actually for my Wii Boost. Oh. So yeah, when I think about drinking, I think about, you know, if I'm in my van and I have to move quickly and I have been drinking, and I'm a lightweight, so I'll get drunk like really fast. And then I have to move, then I would be drinking and driving. So I think about stuff like that too. So hopefully that is working better. Sorry, just making sure my hotspot is working properly. For some reason, my Wii Boost, the antenna here dropped below the bench seat. Don't know when that happened. Okay. Finding Joy says, I have an allergy to alcohol as I've gotten older. Can't even take NyQuil. Oh, goodness. That's really bad. Yeah. I don't have that problem. Maury's going to give me so much crap when we get off of this call. Sandy on the road. Hi, girl. I didn't know you were here. Helping with the trolls. Thank you. Goodness. Chris Marie says, happy birthday. Thank you so much. I'm glad you think this is comical. I can't wait to see what all these people said afterwards. I'm seeing some of it, actually. I'd pay good money to go back to my 50s. Really? So 50s were good. Okay. Tracy's here. Woo-hoo, Tracy. How are you doing, girl? Tracy just got on the road not too long ago. She's one of my students in my course. Finding Joy says she'd buy a story chasing hat. Woohoo! Nomadic fanatics in the house. What? I'm behind. What time was this? 8:43. Hi from Jackson, his new secret sister. What's the weirdest gift a viewer sent you? I got snow skis today. What? Snow skis? That's Eric, guys. If you don't know Nomadic Fanatic. Secret sister. I guess the story's out. Weirdest gift a viewer ever sent you? I don't know. I haven't had like a ton of gifts from viewers. You obviously are way more popular than me and have gotten them. So all the gifts I've gotten have been really nice and not weird. I'm not sure what that says about you, Eric. I'm just kidding. I always give him crap. No. I just got some weird emails one time. Is that a gift? Snow skis. I hope you did a live opening of that on your channel. Do you snow ski? Sandra says, make a big comfy sleep shirt for story chasing. I'll have to keep that in mind. Thank you. She says, now you have to go snow skiing to Eric. David said that was an odd gift. It is. Lorraine says, you need 100% organic cotton for all of us with allergies. We will pay dearly for good quality. I'm with you. I want good quality. I don't want that scratchy stuff. Lola says, can't wait to hear about Jax's new sister at Nomadic Fanatic. Let's see. Deb says, okay, here's a different one. I'm ready, Deb. I've often wondered why you love that cast iron skillet you have. Your cooking looks great, but I cannot help but wonder why the skillet over a $15 Lodge skillet. Very good question, Deb. Yes, I know. It's a Finex. It's a bit more expensive, but the thing about it is that I never had luck with the Lodge skillets. I've used them before and I messed it up. Maybe I wasn't doing it right, but Finex comes with a super smooth bottom surface, and it had the lid, and it had the handle that doesn't burn you. So you can pick everything up. It's already all in one. Is it worth the extra cost? Maybe not. Only because maybe I didn't do the Lodge one properly, where you get that super slick surface. I think Chrome from Van City Van Life actually was talking about how he got a really smooth surface on a Lodge recently. I just saw that video, so maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, that's really the only reason. And I liked it. It was cute. It was octagon shaped, different. And it was a little bit smaller. I'd really like one that has like the lid that's flat, that you can use as like a griddle pan, but also use it like an oven, kind of like how Chrome does. That would be cool. Christine. Yeah. Is it over 350? Goodness gracious. I don't know what happened there. I mean, I appreciate it. If you're still on here, Ray J, I absolutely appreciate the money and stuff, but I don't know. Hopefully you had a great heart with it. The contact information thing, and obviously I said that earlier, I don't give that out. Okay, let's see. It's 9:11 right now. I'm going to do 15 more minutes. I'm going to cut it off at 9:30, so I'm trying to get down to the bottom. Finding Joy says, do you go in and ask the Walmart if you can stay there, or do you just look for signs? Usually my app will tell me if I can stay there. So I just go by that typically. But no, I don't go in and ask. There have been times where, so what is it? Cabela's will say no overnight parking. If you do ask them, usually what they say is, so I'll call and ask. Usually what they say is they only put that out there for purposes of if someone they need to kick out, they can kind of point to the sign and say, sorry, you can't stay here. Otherwise they allow it. So not a big deal. But usually the apps are pretty dead on about it. All right. Gosh, this thing messed up again. Sorry, it went all the way back up again. I really hate how it does that. Adventures of Miss Peach. I have a host mammoth I just sold and will have a van built out. I've been stationary without a truck, but realized it would have been even more for the truck than I thought and scary to maneuver both. Yeah, I like that host mammoth. I'm sorry you had to get rid of it, but the van will be great for you. It sounds like it's a better fit for you. Finding Choices. Does anyone know how to find someone who will install a Max fan? I've had a fantastic fan installed at Camping World. I know a lot of people aren't very favorable with them, but you can probably also find a mobile tech that will do it. Just look at the reviews, but mobile techs are really great. I like mobile companies. Okay, I'm getting down to the bottom, I think. Yeah, it's a slow process. I think especially as we get older, it's hard. Especially also if you're in menopause, hormones have a huge effect on weight loss. Sorry, I'm still looking. Sandra says, had a friend who went from a size 14 to a 6 on keto. That's amazing. I tried keto, but I got my legs got really bad cramps in them, to the point, like, I tried salt tabs, I tried all kinds of things, and I could not get the cramps to go away. So I ended up having to ditch it. I lost a lot of weight on it. This was last year, I guess, sometime. Yeah. That is a weird angle. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay. Christine says, I found a portable folding potty chair that I use with a square 5-gallon bucket, multiple layers of trash bags, and cat litter. Works like a charm. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. There's a lot of people who do it. I mean, you just have to throw all the trash away and stuff, and hopefully you don't have a smell. I've been using the red cedar shavings. No smell whatsoever. So if your cat litter is not working for you, try the red cedar shavings. Finding Joy says, I love the daily videos. Helps us to get to know you better. Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Okay. Oh, you guys are saying you watched to the end. Yay! Let's see. To the end. Tina says yes. Finding Joy says I watched to the end. Sally says I watched to the end. Before It's Too Late says watch to the end. Anne Marie says I hope you find the right companion. One of these days, maybe. I don't know. I'm okay with being by myself right now. I like it this way. You know, it's just one of those things. That's all I'm going to say. Barbara says I watched the end. Yay! Tamara says it's the reason I watch every day. It's my reminder. Aw, you guys, I love it. Lola says I watched to the end. Love the positive thought for the day. You keep me motivated, says Deanna. Aw, you guys, I love it. Thank you. I guess I'll keep it then. Sandra says I watched to the end too. Sandra's dreaming about me now. And Sandra, okay, Sandra's been on my channel for a long time. She's not being creepy, okay? I feel like I know her through the channel, but that was funny that you dreamed about me and that I wasn't being nice to you. What's up with that? I don't know. My Liberty Van says, Amber, miss it. What is the drink you are drinking now? Is that what you're asking? What I'm drinking now? Celsius. It's a energy. It's kind of an energy drink. It's a weight loss drink. It has acai, green tea, and all these kinds of, like, I have to hold it out here because I have my contacts in. It has all kinds of like vitamins and minerals and this whole proprietary blend of stuff like taurine, and I can't even read it. I can't read it. Sorry. That's what happens when you get older. They say, like, when you hit 40 that you have to, that your eyes change. Because I was going to get LASIK done, and they said, well, I think I was 39. They said, well, you should probably wait because by the time you hit 40, your eyes start to change. So you're going to have to wear glasses no matter what if you get LASIK, because you have to pick which vision you want all the time, whether you can see up close all the time or see far away all the time. And then you'll have to have glasses to correct it to see whichever way. So for me, I wanted to be able to see far away all the time because I'm nearsighted. And I was like, well, that sucks that's going to happen. I didn't realize that. So I swear, as soon as I turned 40, yeah, it all changed for me. So I actually tried, sorry guys, I'm gaping again for some reason. I tried bifocals. They're awful. I don't think I really needed them at that time. And then I tried the bifocal contacts this last year when I was in Colorado, and they didn't work for me either. It made my vision blurry. They work for a lot of people, but it just didn't work for me. So I went back to single vision on everything. So what happens is when I have my contacts in, I can't read up close very well. So that's why I have to pull it back. You guys probably already know this stuff. But I do have some readers that I have to wear sometimes if I just have my contacts on and I need to read something quickly. Does that answer your question? Oh my gosh, here I am long-winded again. RM Country says, love the comments at the end. Yay. Tracy says, I watched to the end. Robin says, I love your channel. Thank you, Robin. I too enjoy the NASA visit. Thank you for sharing your visit. Oh, you're so welcome. It was an amazing experience, guys. Amazing. Like when you were in the Apollo Center and the space shuttle was taking off, space shuttle wasn't space shuttle. When the rocket was taking off, Apollo, the whole place shook. Like, I don't know. And you're in the actual control room, mission control room, you know, when they launched Apollo. It was amazing, and oh my gosh, you could just feel the energy. It was really cool. So now what have I done since I went to NASA? I went back and rewatched like all of these movies and documentaries, and some I didn't even know about. That one's called First Man. I watched that. That was about Neil Armstrong and from kind of his perspective of going up in Apollo. I loved that. That was really good. So yeah, I'm just fascinated with all of it. So yeah, I went back and rewatched like all of the stuff or watched new things about space. I like it. Amy says, I love the positive comments at the end and I watch all the way through every day. I wait up to watch your videos before going to sleep. Aw, thanks, Amy. I love that. See, Maury, they like it. Maury and I joke about it. Maury doesn't like my comments at the end. Maury's like a brother to me. I'm always picking on him. Judy says, good night. I need to run the store before it closes. Good night. Do not kill Amber. Oh my gosh. Yeah, please don't. You guys have a good night, Judy. Traveling solo, no promises. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get through all the comments again. My thing keeps sliding up. Dang it. Louis says, I'm allergic to black flies. I bought that no-see-em stuff. Oh, good. Hope is it working for you? Yeah, I feel like it's working for me. So far, so good. Mac says, bye. Hello, bye. Okay. We're getting to the end, I think. Rachel says, what are you deciding about the type of brand toilet you're switching to? I haven't decided. Not yet. My gray tank is failing in my 30-year-old road truck, and I'm researching mode 2. Yeah, I don't know yet. I've looked at several different ones, but I haven't fully decided. I have to do some renovations to the bathroom if I'm going to go with a different toilet setup. So I need to kind of rethink that into my plan. So I don't know yet. Sorry about your gray tank. That sucks. That one's hard. You have to replace that somehow. Finding Joy says, oh my goodness, my legs were cramping too. I had no idea it was because of keto. Yeah, it's a bad side effect sometimes. A lot of people don't get them, but I did. So they say salt tabs you can do. I tried everything. Magnesium, calcium, salt tabs. What else did I try? More water, potassium. None of it helped. Not one thing helped. Like I really wanted to stay on it because I was doing well with it. This Pink says, I'm watching all your Alaska videos this weekend. I hope you enjoy them. Had a little bit of trouble there. A van fire. But it was good. Not the van fire, but Alaska was good. Okay. Felicia, I have no idea what's going on. I'm drunk and just jumping in random chats. Yeah, I saw some of your comments. Have fun. It's a good way to spend a Saturday night. Carrie says, I definitely watch your daily videos until the end. Great way to end your videos by sharing your encouraging words. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Carrie. Carrie's also in our class too. fact, I got to meet her on our live video chat Tuesday. Ken says, you've inspired me. I want to solo RV van life. We're the same age. Do you have any regrets, and what would you change in your rig? Well, first of all, congratulations and thanks for telling me that I'm inspiring you. I hope you do get out there for sure, even solo. And do I have any regrets about? I don't have any regrets. So I was thinking maybe it was regrets about the rig. No, I don't have any regrets. I mean, even with the Hymer debacle that we had, I don't have any regrets about it. It's a good van. And I didn't have some of the issues that a lot of people had. And then, is there anything that I would change about the rig? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I would change. It's like, that's kind of a long list, but I'll kind of briefly go through. So like, I want to take out this, I want it to be more open. So if you've seen like a Travato where it's more open, well, not all the Travatos are this way, but some of them. I like the openness, or a custom built van. Usually they're a lot more open. So behind me is a closet and then also a bathroom. And I don't really need all that. I only use the bathroom for the toilet. It has a shower, if you can even call it that, in there, which I don't use. So I want to kind of rip it all apart, make it more open, do like bench seating. I can put a toilet under the bench seat and figure out if I want to have a lid on it or something that pulls out. I think it would just really open up a place and make it feel more homey. So it feels kind of homey now, but I just feel like opening up the space is more beneficial for me. Yeah, so that's probably what I would definitely change. And then the organization in the back of the van, that's a big one. There's a lot of cabinets that they install that are hard to access. So I'm thinking about taking all the cabinets out, making it open, and putting those sliders on that pull all the way out. And that would really help the efficiency of the space back there, and where you can actually get to some of your stuff in the cabinets. So that's like actually one of my first priorities, is doing something like that at some point. Great question. Good luck. Okay. Deb says, yeah, sorry, can't even think again. Lodge is very rough. Thank you on the good taste. You know what? Like, I know it's more expensive, the Finex one. She's talking about the cast iron skillet. It is more expensive, but I also like, there's things that I buy that I feel like it's worth it to buy if it's a little bit more expensive. If I think it's going to last longer and I'm going to really use it. So I will buy something that's just better quality, is really what it boils down to. Okay, 3 more minutes here, guys. I'm going to try to hurry up through some of the rest of these questions. I think I'm getting to the very end. Guys, been a long night tonight. Thanks for sticking with me. Hopefully it's been somewhat entertaining. Deanna says, I like your channel a lot, and I've seen so many, of course, Bob Wells. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that too. It always makes me feel good, when I get feedback from people like that, because, sometimes like being in this, thing where you're doing YouTube all the time, it can get lonely, because you don't always, like, I do have a few YouTuber friends and stuff that we help each other out, but you don't know sometimes the exact feedback. So I appreciate that. Teresa says, I wear multifocal contacts. Yeah, that's what I had. I'm assuming they're working for you. They didn't really work well for me. I'd love it if they were, because they actually were good. There was a time where, like, when I first started wearing them, I could see up close, I could see far away. It was great, but then I felt like my vision was a bit blurred. Like, I couldn't see as far away. Like, I could see really everything up close, but I couldn't see everything far away as good as I could with single vision, and it bothered me a lot because I drive, and I travel a lot. So I would rather have that. Okay. We're getting close. We're getting close. 1 more minute. Oh, Miss Pink, that's super cool. I bet you he's really proud of that. She said her dad developed My dad designed and his company made the electronic hermetically sealed connectors that you see on the front of the NASA spacesuits that all the hoses connect to. That's really cool. What an amazing thing to be a part of. Okay. All right. I think we are at the end. Yeah, that's it. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. I'm reading it. Hold on, one more. Barb says, maybe someday you'll have a space traveler and story chasing from the stars. Yeah. Be story chasing from the stars. I don't know. I'm scared of heights. I know. As much as I like space, I'm scared of heights. Well, heights where I can see outside. Okay, guys, thank you so much for staying on here with me. I know this has been super long. I'm sorry for all the weirdness and everything. Obviously I can't control that, but we do our best. Maury does his best, and all my moderators do their best to hopefully get that stuff under control. So it's a good experience. All right, guys, have a good night. Safe travels to all of you guys who are out there traveling, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Good night, guys. Bye.